Wow. All right, so episode 4, Rise of Harlock. In the last episode, the group investigated deeper into Baern's death, eventually finding the gnome Ula, who they apprehended and questioned somewhat nicely and then somewhat aggressively. She's still currently tied up in the Howling Hound Inn. She told you of a hunter who had given her some sort of poisonous medicinal property that was only supposed to make Baern sick, but she administered it anyway. And after she had administered it, Baern just died and she ran off. She told you that this guy's name was Hazim. He was a hunter of some kind, and he had a farmhouse to the north in the districts where the plague had racked the city 50 years prior, only affecting Sanguis. The group went to this farmlands. You found the farm that Hazim supposedly lived in was trapped and falling apart, dilapidated. You bypassed some of the traps. You made your way into the basement where you found these strange, ghoulish, undead creatures with long tendrils, and their skin was like flaying off their bodies, trapped and tied, and some of them behind cages. You chose not to engage it and instead snuck around, making your way into Hazim's home, where you found a piece of paper that talked about Hazim, and the mysterious person signed it with the letter Z. And she also spoke of, or he spoke of, that they were in love. You made your way through this cave, eventually coming out into an open area where supposedly Hazim has greeted you all as you stepped into this large opening. I'll just kind of give you a recap on this area. The tunnel that you traveled down opens into this cave, where you see a cluster of trees beyond the cave's mouth. The roots of the large tree that blocks the middle of the entrance, as the tree has grown into the hillside and the hill has eroded. Behind the tree, the main tree, is a large pond, and a path of water goes to the east and to the west. Where the east and the west paths converge, there's this moss that hangs down. So moss hangs almost like a curtain on both sides, giving this area a little bit of a dim light, but nothing too substantial. The cave itself also is piled high with 2 rows of crates, which are stacked not neatly, but in 2 lines in this cave. The cave mouth opens up 30 feet from where you are and extends farther and farther, almost to 60 feet, where the tree opens into it. And as you guys stepped a foot in, just step inside, Hazim appeared around the corner, standing on the branches of this tree that overlooks the hill. And he called out to you. And that's where we left off. So, as the group steps out of this cave in a single file line, because it is a 5-foot corridor, with Lucan and Sylvia stepping into the cave first, with Echo on Lucan's shoulder, the cat's bulging eyes staring out the tree.
It's googly eyes.
What would you all like to do?
Yeah, I guess Lucan's gonna make a way so that the rest of the party can enter into the cave before any decision.
Is it tall enough for Eek to be on Yuska's shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I kind of move like over here behind the crates with my bow still drawn.
You got it?
I'll just step forward and clear a space for Silas.
When you step into the mouth of the cave and all 5 of you line yourselves in this small entrance, Hazim lifts his crossbow up at the 5 of you. And don't be getting too close now. I know you've been following me. What business you have here?
We heard you were the one that gave Ula the poison for Baern.
What of it?
Why? Well, why'd you kill Baern?
My business is my own.
Well, we're here to get some answers, so either you're gonna tell us, or we're unfortunately gonna have to kill you.
He starts to fire your own initiative.
Oh shit.
Ah, damn it.
Well, here's your answer. It's like, killed Baern, so.
Oh, those initiative rolls.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Great
let's see them.
initiatives.
Where is my character sheet?
There's a good one.
Well, nat ones.
Well, I'm
It's
last.
all
I'll
about
be back
that cat
in like
going
2
first.
seconds.
What? God,
Oh.
fuck.
That's great.
Closing my character sheet. So is it my turn first?
So he connects up first as Hazim. He's put on his crossbow, and you can see he was starting to raise it to fire, and you react.
Okay. Yeah. So, he raises his crossbow to fire, but he has not fired yet.
Yep.
Okay. So upon seeing that, Eek is going to jump onto a crate and tumble to the left and fall on the ground to hide behind this little crate.
Okay.
And she is going to bonus action Hunter's Mark on said douche.
Sid douche. Hunter's mark on.
And she is going to, yeah, she's gonna fire, sure. Now I get something as a ranger. On your first turn during combat, you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not yet acted. So got advantage.
Cool. You got advantage. 24. 3 Hunter's mark. 7 pierce. Nice.
Oh, and then Colossus Slayer on this mofo. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, the creature takes an extra 1d8 if it is below its hit points maximum. Does it not count now, or does it count after the second attack?
It counts after the attack. Because you
So
opened up.
it does work now?
It won't work now, but it'll work on the next attack that you make.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
For the rest
okay,
of the match.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright. And then she's gonna say, lay down your weapon! And that's it.
24 catches him in the shoulder as he's raising his crossbow, and he falls back a bit. He regains himself. Echo.
Echo is just gonna run into the corner and wait out this fight.
Okay. So unfortunately, when Echo moves there, a trap goes off.
Oh my god,
Echo,
no!
Echo, make a deck save.
Thank God it wasn't easy.
Oh no. So Echo jumps off, and as he runs across, there's this long tripwire that runs the extension of the cave, and as you see Echo hit the thing, and then a spear shoots out from the wall in the corner here.
Oh Christ, no.
3 points of piercing.
Well,
Echo's obliterated then.
Eek uses her reaction to go, ah!
just like a smoke, just Echo fades away.
Good to know that there are traps in this room.
yep, thanks,
I did-
Echo.
I did
There's one less
underline
trap at least.
lots of traps.
One way to find out. Oh my God.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot my short bow at him.
Okay.
I have Assassinate, and he hasn't gone yet, so I have advantage.
You got it?
What? An assassin rogue? Not an arcane trickster? What?
He's a damage dealer. 12 misses though.
And it's
So he takes the shot in the shoulder, and then your shot goes and he ducks behind the tree and blocks it. Then he pulls up his crossbow, and he's going to shoot at Eek because she connected with him first.
I'm slightly trying to hide behind these crates. Kind of trying, not action.
So 2 longbow shots.
Oh, they both hit.
He's going to use Archer's Eye to add an extra d10 damage to one of his rolls.
well,
Extra
each
3.
turn.
So you
How
take
much is that?
22.
God,
Oh.
1 over. She's down.
So she shoots out the bolt or her shot, and then all of a sudden just gets peppered by 2 and falls over.
She just falls.
When he sees you fall, he just
She
gives
falls
a
down every time.
and he steps behind the tree, giving himself
Congratulations,
cover.
you killed an owl.
Lucan.
Oh my god, this is awful. Alright. Lucan's gonna start off by using one of his healing lights to heal Iki.
Thanks.
Heal for 3, you got 1 point of exhaustion.
Oof.
And then he's going to blast him with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay. He's got partial cover. He's moved behind the tree a bit, but 25 hits him though. Dang, that's a lot of damage. Ooh, 18.
Nice crit.
Jesus.
And after watching Echo get obliterated, I'm not moving. That's my turn.
So you wake up to this burning sensation as you feel like your organs inside are on fire, but you're healed and you open your eyes. And then this Eldritch Blast just fires off, and it like breaks half of the tree, taking away his partial cover with a crit. So he was hiding, but the tree got blown apart, so now he's out in the open like, ah! Silas.
To summon my steed, is that a bonus?
I think it's an action. Let me check.
Yes, have your steed trigger all the traps.
Yeah, it's an action.
Okay.
And it appears next to you. You've killed my kitten. Prepare to die.
Action that yeah, up here. And it has what, 60 feet of movement,
Yep.
I believe.
Yeah, 60 feet. So when you summon them, it's going to push them to the side a bit.
So how tall are these stacks?
So the barrels in front of you are about 10 feet up,
Okay.
but your steed can easily plow through them. If you want to jump on it, it's a bonus action to mount.
Mm-hmm. See if I
What is dead may never die.
kind of want to throw him somewhere right around there.
So you want to spawn him and then have him rush up?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you get to there, another trap goes off. Give me a dex save with your steed. As your steed explodes out of the ground, it crawls out in this blue fire, then rushes through, and as it rushes through, another spear fires. Ooh, 5 fails. Yeah, it's only 3. Steed takes 3 points of damage as the spear smashes into the side. You see this flare of blue fire erupt from where the spear hit.
But I still have movement then?
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up behind this.
As you walk past, you can see the rope on the ground that's been pulled from the traps.
Mm-hmm.
Yuska.
All right. Seeing Eek on the ground. Actually. just let me do it. Yeah. Okay. I will run in front. Try to give Eek a little bit of cover. And Yuska will wave his hand over his staff, mutter a couple words, and I will cast Hold Person on Hazim.
Oh, nice. Wisdom save?
It is a wisdom save.
Oh, 21.
Mother-
Oh. You reach
Oh,
you reach
it was a
out.
gamble.
The vines come up, and he looks around like, huh? And just steps to the side.
Fuck. Alright, with my bonus action, I will burn... Let's see, I think it's rounded up. Yeah. Yeah, I will burn 2 of my balms on Eek.
Oh, thanks. He's like has 2 arrows, 3 arrows out of her chest, 1 on her wing.
Is that 2?
Sounds about right.
She's prone.
Yep, you're prone.
So you heal for 6 plus 2. So 8.
Yes.
Yusuke's healing feels much nicer than Lucan's healing.
Still, like it's more like because there's still arrows.
Technique. You are prone, but you feel better.
She's going to take a deep breath and hold it, and then yank the 2 arrows out of her, and then take the 1 out of her wing, and use half of her movement to stand up. And she is going to she can't shoot with the long arrow. Is an arrow just an arrow even if it's a long bow with a short bow?
It's still there.
Okay, then she's gonna use the arrow that pierced her and shoot him back with it.
Okay.
But first,
Sure.
bonus action, Hunter's Mark. Oh fuck. What's the range on a short bow? Is it just
60?
60?
Long enough. I think
60?
It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 60.
I was worried it
Yes.
was 30. Okay. Then yeah, she's gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark
Yeah.
again.
Pretty shitty bow if it was only 30.
I know, right?
It's 80. 80, so you're good. Double ones! Oh no!
It just falls
Ooh.
out of the arrow.
The arrow you
The quiver.
the arrow you pulled out of you was a little snapped and you didn't notice it, so when you went to shot it, it just went it landed next to Yusuke.
She'll
Careful now, little buddy.
she'll just be a little embarrassed, and then use the remaining 15 feet or 10 feet of her movement to go there.
You got it?
And that's her action. That's her turn.
Sylvia.
Alright, I'm gonna move up a little bit. Duck behind these barrels here, and then I'm gonna take another shot.
You got it? $22 hits for 6.
And that's my turn.
So you step forward, let another shot out, it hits him in the side. He falls back a bit. Ugh. He pulls out his longbow and aims it at Sylvia because he hit him last. 2 longbow shots. 13.
Neither of them hit.
He got the nice rolls.
And you see him, he looks around and he jumps into the water. Has speed to be there. Lucan.
Does he still have cover because of like the moss hanging over the cave, or is it just normal? You can attack him fine.
I'd give him probably like a half cover. Because he's in the water
Okay.
too.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to shoot him with a guiding bolt then.
Oh, nice.
Does not hit though. Oh my god.
So many nat ones.
Man.
And then I'm gonna move forward.
Gotta get him out early,
You got it?
hopefully.
I did get the dice out. This shouldn't be happening.
Did you blow on it? You gotta blow on it.
Alright.
Rizzo says, is your dice cursed?
Hey, quiet.
No.
Quiet you.
None of that talk at this table.
So I'm gonna
If it is, I'll blame Lori.
So you move him there. Another trap is triggered. Here. So make another deck save. Oh, another fail. At least you guys have your minions just running through, just triggering all the traps. 9 points of piercing damage. And another fiery spark flies off of the side of the Nevermore steed. As you see another spear just shoot from the wall.
movement. I'll walk here. Malone. Because I didn't pull my bow out yet.
Okay, it's a bonus action to switch weapons.
And actually, we will. Action surge.
Take 2 shots with the bow.
Yes.
$17. First one hits, second one misses. 8 piercing. As he's swimming away, one of them catches him in the back. And you see blood start to float into the water, and he cries out in pain. The second one just hits the water next to him. Yuska.
15, 20, 25. I will run up to here. Oh god, how many seconds? What? He doesn't look rough or anything yet, does he?
No, he's bleeding, but a lot of it's from being hit in the water, and he's just swimming towards the shore to the north.
All right, I will. Let me pull this out. I'm going to make it very difficult for him to do that, and I will cast Entangle.
Hell yeah.
Has to be water, has to be.
If you just drown him. Like,
You don't want to talk? Now just drown.
That is an interesting statement. Okay. So first it's a saving throw. 19.
God damn it. This guy.
So the tree bark or tree branches start to fly up out of the water, all around the water, and then onto the shores. And he smacks some of it away with his bow as he keeps on swimming. But it is much more difficult as he's having to swim and chop at the same time. So he's half speed. Wait, he's half speed. Because he's already swimming at half speed.
Let's see. And
Give you a blue dot for concentration.
I will take a step back.
Got it.
And that's my turn.
You can eek.
I feel like this is our BBEG. we just can't do anything about it. Eek is going to go forward 5, 10, 15, 20. She's gonna go right up next to Silas, but go on this little rock, and then she's going to do. She's trying to look over the tree. She can't. She's gonna do an action Cure Wounds, her last spell slot.
Okay.
And that's gonna be her end her turn. Besides asking Silas, like, "What do you see? What do you see?" And that's it.
Got it. So heal for 5. So what does your cure wounds feel like for coming off of a hunter? Because you know how Lucan's kind of burns.
Yeah.
Yuska's is kind of like a gentle breeze.
Oh.
Probably similar to me. Or to mine.
Like a gentle snowy breeze.
Cure Wounds, I think, is a ranger thing. It's not an inherent druid thing.
No, I can use cure. I have cure wounds as well.
I think all the druid spells would be like all breezy. I feel like her ranger spells would be like really rough feeling. It's like when you drink too many energy drinks and you're just like really jittery, but it hits you all at once. So it's almost like a slap to the face
So you're
with a lot of energy.
You're like
And she just jitters every few moments. Every time she heals herself.
You have a crackhead next to you, Silas. What are you gonna do? Sylvia's up though.
Alright, the left side of the pond there, are we able to like go around that?
Yeah.
Or is there not enough like Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can if you head to the wall, you can like hug the wall and scoot to the side if you want.
Okay, sweet. I'm gonna use my bonus action to where is it? Hold on. to cunning action to dash.
Very nice.
So there's 40.
Do you just like jump over that rock and water?
Pretty much. No, I hug the wall to get around it. So I go all the way over there, and I'm gonna take another shot at Hazim.
You got it? $24 hits for 6.
And that's the end of the turn.
To do the ruler thing, there's a on the left sidebar. There's like the ruler thing. You can click it. Then,
Fourth button down.
and then if you hit Q, it'll put a point, and you
Oh,
can like
okay.
you can like
I didn't know about the cube.
if you keep doing Q, you can like move like that.
Whoa.
I didn't know about Q either,
Yeah.
or else I would have meant the first time.
Hazim is moving at 10 feet right now. He would. You'd get back out of the water here. It's gonna take 2 shots at Yuska because he saw Yuska summon the roots and he wants to get away. This is the first shot. Second shot.
Second one, I believe. Yeah, second one hits.
All right, I'm gonna Archer Eye bonus action add 1d10 to it. So 16.
Oof.
Ooh. And con save, see if you keep your spell. You keep the spell. Nice. So the first one misses, the second one hits you in the chest and almost knocks you against the wall. But you're able to maintain focus on the roots around him. And after the shot hits you and he sees the roots, so he goes, "Ah, damn it." Lucan.
Yeah, Lucan's gonna move up to the coast of the cave. And then I'm gonna ready a what's the spell called? I'm gonna ready a Sacred Flame, and basically, I suggest you drop your weapons and you stop fighting now before we kill you. So if he attacks or moves, I'm gonna shoot him with the spell.
Okay. You got it. Silas.
Is that water there?
Yeah,
Right
you
here?
jump in the water there. Right there, you're on the coast next to him.
Okay, we'll go. Let's go right here. Bonus action to pull out my 2 weapons.
Okay.
And then I'll swing at him with the flail.
That hits. So you jump.
Does Eek see any of that?
Yeah, so he puts away his bow, he pulls out a flail and a, what was it, scimitar?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he takes his flail and he smacks Heavy Hazim across the cheek with it. As he jumped into that, Silas jumped onto the spot where the Eldritch Blast destroyed the tree. And just whoosh. Yuska.
Oh.
For my action, I will hit him with Frostbite.
Con save. 17.
Motherfucker, he's got to fail one of these.
I'll roll a good save for this, dude.
I will move behind the steed just to kind of give myself a little bit of cover.
Okay.
And I will burn my last balm on myself.
You got it. Easy breezy, beautiful
Oh,
dream walker.
That was very good.
There we go.
Ooh, nice heal.
Hey, I'll take that.
6 health.
Plus the 1 temporary.
Yep.
And that is Yuska's turn.
You can eek.
All right, top of the round. Eek is going to take a step over. I'm assuming she could see
Oh yeah.
said dude.
Yeah.
All right. And then she's gonna say
Music died.
she's going to take a shot.
9 misses.
She shoots and she's gonna say something,
Man.
but it clearly missed, so she's just gonna scurry back and go behind you, Skip.
It sucks. You've been rolling like sweet hunter's mark damage too. You just can't get the hit.
Yeah. And she's gonna be like, "How you doing? Okay." And then she's done.
Sylvia.
I'm just gonna shoot him again. But this time I have sneak, right? Because he's...
Yep. Silas is there.
Oof.
7. Hits him in the back and in the kidney,
That's the end of my turn.
and he started to look pretty rough after that hit. Music go off. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hazim. Well, he's going to attack. So, Luke and you want to make your attack, your held action. He was considering stopping, but he after he heard you say that, he got pummeled by a bunch of shots, so he's gonna keep going.
Yeah, my team's not the best by the looks of it.
Dodges the sacred flame.
Nothing happens then. Ask you that. All my credibility's just out of the water between my people attacking him and my spell doing nothing.
Cat's gone too, so
He's gonna take the disadvantage and shoot Silas with his longbow twice in front of him. So this is both a disadvantage. 11, 18. So I'm gonna burn Archery's eye. Need my last one for the day to do an extra D10 on the one that hit you. Or 8. So you take 18 points of piercing damage. The first longbow gets shot into the ground as he lifts it up, and you smack it to the side. The second one gets shot right into your stomach, just like, and you see Silas spit up some blood. Lucan.
All right. Well, I've lost all patience, so I'm gonna shoot Eldritch Blast at him again.
You got it.
As warlocks do.
Oh, miss!
Amazing.
You're so worried about hitting Silas, it careens off to the right a bit and lands in the water in front of Sylvia, and there's a big water eruption in front of you.
Can I go through the routes normally, or are they rough terrain for me as well?
Yeah,
That would be rough terrain until I drop it.
Okay.
you just have
I'm gonna
speed.
move into the- Alright, and that is me.
Silas.
Alright, bonus action, I will second wind.
D10 plus 3.
D10 plus 3.
Yep.
So 7.
Nice. Heal for 7.
And then I will swing with my flail again.
Flail strike. 10 misses. You swing again, he ducks under it.
Okay. And
You gotta move if you want to, and you can move your horse if you want to. The horse just can't do
Yeah.
anything.
can't do anything.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna move behind the steed for some partial cover, whatever.
He's gonna swing at you when you move as a reaction. Actually, I don't have a melee equipped. But can I do range attack with a reaction?
I don't believe
I
it.
don't
think
think
you
you
have to
can.
have a feat for that.
Yeah, that's right. So you're good?
Alright.
Yuska!
I will take a couple steps over here and poison spray him.
Oh, con save.
Of course.
Can anybody
You
other
gotta
than
be
me hit
kidding.
him, please?
BB,
And I'll go back.
That's what I'm saying.
I've hit him with like 3 different types of saves, and he's nailed every single one. I'm sorry.
Well,
The crit team, the fail crit team. All right, so seeing everyone, including Eek, go there and back and go there and back. She is also going to try her luck because she doesn't have anything on hand. So she's going to yeah, she's is the tree dead?
It's been like blown in half. So it used to be a very
But-
tall tree, but there's a. Is it like?
It's like a live tree though.
Yeah, it's like
still.
it's a live tree. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, then she's going to go 5, 10, 15. She's gonna scurry back over here. Take her shot again. I'm so tired of these ones.
Did not catch a
Tired of these
break.
ones.
It's a good thing this ain't
That's
critical
like
roll. This would be a lot of
more.
$500 getting put in the pot.
You're right.
Man.
She's gonna miss again. And she's gonna she's gonna go back. Gonna go right next to the steed.
You got it.
I missed.
Sylvia.
Alright,
Come on,
so I
Sylvia,
have
you
a
got this.
question.
Yeah.
I use my cunning action to hide. Would it trigger a surprise attack if I attacked him right after?
Yeah.
I use my cunning action to hide.
Okay.
And
Give me roll stealth. You have to beat his passive perception.
Oh.
Yeah. So you duck behind the bushes.
You can roll tonight.
Yep, and then I'm gonna shoot with my short bow, and if I score a hit, it's a critical.
You get advantage too. That's a crit. That hits him.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So Sylvia, as you pop up and you hit with your short bow, how do you want to do this, dude? You've killed Hazim.
I'm gonna pop out of the bushes, kind of like jumping and diving, and then just get him right in the chest.
Nice. So for all of you, he just falls forward, and you see Sylvie sitting up with a short bow.
I guess that would be his back.
He just falls onto the tree. That's
It's
combat.
way harder than it needed to be.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I was the only one hitting him.
That's not true. I hit him once, and I did
Me too.
I hit him
a
once
decent
as
amount
well.
of damage.
I
Did everyone get one hit on him?
I mean, technically-
I didn't hit
That's
him
fine.
once with anything. Nothing took.
That's a lot of ones. Zim's dead body is laying there now on the ground. The forest opens from this cave in front of you. Little wounded, but alive.
He's gonna go about holding her side and just like slowly going to collect arrows.
Okay.
As she can.
I gotta walk over here.
Yuska will investigate the willow tree and all the like boxes and such if we have a second.
Sure.
I'm gonna follow Sylvia because I know she's found that stump.
Okay.
In the note.
Yeah, I'm gonna-
Fuck me.
I'd like to investigate this stump.
Sure.
I'm gonna help him with that.
Okay. So look.
Thank you.
So a couple of things happen here. One is looking around the tree that Hazim died on. Nothing much jumps out, but Hazim does have a very nice bag over his shoulder that looks like it might be something very well made. So you take that bag. He also has 32 gold pieces in his pocket, in Hazim's pocket, that you could pocket as well. Inside the stump, there's a note, and there's this small. It's almost like a charm, like something you put on your keychain, and it's shaped like a wolf. It looks to be pretty well made. Maybe some sort of not silver, but it's like a almost as well crafted as like a mithril, but
I'm gonna take the charm and then read the note.
okay. So in the note, This is the note in the stump.
I'm also reading this to Lucan, since he's right here.
Sure.
Do we have to read it for the viewers?
Okay. It says, Zari, it is done. Now, haven't I proven enough to earn more of your affection? I long to go back to when we first met, where I found you roasting the beetles you collected from the nearby trees. You invited me to your fire, and we shared the delicious nightshade berry wine you prepared yourself. It was enchanting. You are enchanting. Your large eyes and pointed ears are so beautiful, I thought you were an elf at first. You must let me return to your lodging. I don't care if the sightless seer disapproves of your work and forces you further from Novavasi. Ferrand must suffer for what he did to your mother, and suffer he shall by our hand. Together. Forever yours, Hazim.
Sylvia, you're
Yes.
from the Nevermore. Do you, by chance, know anything of what a sightless seer might be? Is it something we need to be worried about?
I do not know what that is. Would I know what that is with my back?
The sightless seer? Make a history check. There's a small chance. $17. You have heard of the sightless seer. He is someone who... I'm gonna whisper to you so I don't give away anything about your story.
Okay.
There you go. So you have heard of him somewhat, just because of that means.
Okay. He's not somebody that we should fear. But he might prove to be a useful ally.
He's against the Sanguine, then? Is that what you're telling me?
That is correct.
Interesting. So does that mean that we killed someone who could have been on our side?
Seems like it. It seems like he wanted to kill Fernand as well.
Well, it appears we might have been on the wrong side then, because he would have been a helpful ally in that.
But it makes no sense why he would kill Baern if he was trying to kill Fernand.
Well, perhaps there's more to your friend that you just met within 2 days. You knew very little of him.
This is true. Maybe we can ask Giles about what he might know.
Can I do an Arcana on the charm to see if there's any magical properties to it?
Sure. The 7, there's a faint aura that comes off it, and you can feel the bond has taken some hold of it. So yeah, it appears magical.
If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to hold on to that charm, and when we get back to town, I might be able to find out more about it.
Sure. But if it's worth anything and you sell it, I want at least half.
I was not planning on selling it, but I suppose that's a deal. And then I'll pocket the charm, and then head back to the rest of the group.
Nice. And Sylvia, Lucan, both you guys give yourselves inspiration because you remember to look in the stump.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, stump.
Stump power.
What told us to look in the stump?
There was a note in
That
his
love letter?
dining room area last session, a love letter, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't write that down.
His rewards were in there.
What is inspiration used for again? Just re-roll something?
Get an advantage.
Advantage on one
Saving.
roll.
Yeah, one roll, and then it goes away.
Is it any roll?
Basically.
Yeah, attack,
Oh.
ability checks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so don't hoard it forever, but wait for the right moment.
I think you can only have one at a time anyway.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, exactly. So if you hoard it for 6 sessions, you're kind of wasting it.
You come back, you see Yuska's taking this very nice bag from off of Hazim. And then they're looking through the barrels.
Yeah.
When you go through the barrels,
I would look in the bag as well.
okay.
If I'm pulling it off, then
So reach into the bag, your hand goes, and then 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 goes.
Hmm.
And you're in by your shoulder. You're reaching around. There's nothing in there. You're just like, what the? And then you pull it out.
This bag is interesting, little buddy.
Why? She's just like limping.
Yuska confused would try to like pull it inside out and just like see what it's what this thing is.
So cute.
Yeah. What do you pull it inside out? It's like a leather bag. Empty.
What's interesting about it?
I'll readjust it and I'll let her reach in.
Let her reach in?
Eek.
That's not very far. It's like a foot. It's like a normal bag. So she just reaches in. She doesn't feel the bottom, obviously.
You get your whole arm in there.
There's nothing in here.
Keep your whole body in there.
She'd die.
What a way to go.
Shush. Shush. I need that character at first.
I don't know. Let's go check out these barrels.
Silas, did you find anything? We found a bag. Well, Yuska found it.
So going through the
I don't know, I've been
crates,
searching through-
as you go through them, there's a lot of empty vials, a lot of shattered vials, remnants of some of the materials that you saw on the list that Baern had. You spend long enough, you do find one healing potion that is still corked, has that same reddish liquid. And being someone that has seen this stuff before, you know when you smell that cherry smell that dictates a health potion.
It's cherry flavored.
So you keep that.
The gold was also on Hazim, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be on Yuska.
Alright, so I grabbed the potion.
Oh, I'd also like to go grab some of my arrows.
Sure.
What do I need to roll for that again?
Both you guys, Eek and Sylvia, roll d10.
Can I take Hazim's arrows?
You can, yeah. He's got a quiver. There's about 30 arrows in his quiver.
30 arrows. Oof.
A lot of the arrows that you shot Sylvia, when they hit Hazim or the ground, they shattered, but you did find one that you were able to recover. Eek, you're a little more lucky, mainly because your arrows didn't travel very far and you shot them. And you find 3 arrows.
Okay. And then she takes the 30 from Hazim.
Okay. His longbow doesn't look like anything special, but it's a longbow. And he wears just leather armor.
She'll take it. Well, not the armor.
Take the longbow?
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll walk over to Sylvia. I can't use this bow, but maybe you can because you use bows sometimes. And I found some arrows. She'll like put them on the ground and she'll like start counting them and spreading them out evenly. She's like, oh, okay. You can have these ones. I think that's about right.
Okay. Thank you. I'll take them.
Okay.
So we each got 15 then?
Not that she can count. Well.
And I have a longbow. Hooray. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like dawn. That said you guys came out of this cave. It looks like it's the start of a new day.
I can't do math. Oh no. 15 plus 19, folks.
34.
34! Thanks.
So you haven't long rested. You're welcome to do here if you want and risk some rolls, or you can travel back. You weren't too far from town. By the time you get back to town, it'll be afternoon. However you guys want to go about this.
I'm fine with walking.
Have all the crates
Hold
been
on.
searched?
Can we like take a small short rest at least, just in case? Or are we risking like exhaustion doing that?
Yeah, you,
Why
can
don't we like rest here?
you can take a short rest, burn hit dice if you want.
Well, the main reason I don't want to rest here is because there's a monster like
There is a
one
monster.
cave over.
Yeah, there is. Can we still hear him? If we like went over there? Is he like gnawing and gnashing?
From where you are here, you don't hear anything except for some birds that are chirping as the day starts, buzzing of some insects, but
How's the willow tree looking? Does it look pretty nice? Like, is it a normal looking tree? It's growing well.
it looks great from the bottom down now.
Okay.
Besides that,
Alright.
This
Just want to make sure.
part of town looks to be much healthier than the part where you guys traveled through the church area.
Okay. So there's nothing that I would see off-putting about like the foliage or like the tree itself.
No. And you traveled very far away from the abandoned farmhouse you went to. If you went underground, you went very far away from the farmhouse. So you're a little farther than where you were when you first started, a little farther north from Novovasi, but at least this part of the area looks nice.
Yuska.
Hmm.
She like tap is like, you have to plant one of your seeds here.
Oh yes. Yuska will go next to the downed willow tree and find a little spot to plant one of his seeds.
Do you think the tree will grow back? Maybe you should put it inside the tree.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Why don't we try?
Oh,
So-
okay.
So he'll do exactly that. He'll plant another one also in like where the tree is.
Eek would go over to the pond, and she would run back with water in her hand and fling it up, and then she would do that about 3 times.
Good job, little buddy.
Thanks. I think
Maybe
you did a
this
good
will-
job too.
Maybe this will help heal this place. Just a little bit.
Yeah, there's still a bad guy in the cave, though.
Not for us today.
Yeah, I'm
I
a
think
little
we
hurt.
should go back and get some rest.
Can I ride on your shoulders?
Sure.
Okay. So she would climb on
Yuska would help pick her up.
When he picks you up, he's like, because he has holes in him. He has large wounds still in his chest.
We're just bleeding.
Well, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, I'd say as I kind of like lift the note into the air. But it looks like we might have killed someone who could have been one of our friends.
And why did he attempt to attack us?
That is a good question. All I know is that apparently Hazim and his lover, who I believe is called Zilri, were working with somebody who, according to Sylvia here, is against the Sanguine rule. So it
I
might be
think-
better.
Aren't all humans against the Sanguis rule?
Pretty much.
So we don't know if he was on our side, but the Sanguis are bad people. Well, not Silas and Sylvia.
Well, I don't know much. I didn't get to talk to him because unfortunately he's dead. But it sounded like he was at least working with somebody who was working with somebody who's on our side.
I don't know how you people from the cities and such do business. That all sounds very complicated to me.
Unfortunately, it can be. So perhaps our next venture is to find this Zillery or...
Oh,
Cycling
Eek,
season.
some days I find myself wishing that Therial wasn't as zealous as he normally is, because this is all too complicated.
Yeah, we can go ask her. When we get back to town, we can ask around about Zilri.
Do you think Baern was a bad person?
I don't know
Hmm.
enough about that.
Because, like, we kill bad people. But that's because they're bad people, so we're good people. So if this person killed Baern, and Baern was a bad person, then he wasn't a bad person, and we just killed a good person.
That's some like Dexter logic right there.
That's is slightly more confusing than what I was talking about, so
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about that. What I do know is Rezmir guides me, and he's not a bad person, so whatever I'm doing must be right.
I think it's time to go, little buddy, before he starts rambling again.
I think I like Rezmir. He's for justice. I like justice.
And the light, and the law.
Well, I mean, that already exists because of, like, Amara and stuff, and Almadoon, but, yeah. Justice.
Silas, make a wisdom saving throw.
No!
Eat the
No,
tree.
Silas! Eat the tree.
What if he's his own horse?
No!
You think to yourself, Rezmir, Amara, Almadoon. You hate them all. You just feel this fury inside at just the hearing their name out loud just fills you with rage. Not enough to do anything unnatural or to lash out at your friends, but you see the fury in Silas's face, just as you guys are kind of talking about your deities. You're just seething at the mouth.
Do I notice?
Silas looks a little constipated.
Do you need some privacy?
Just
Hey,
quiet.
Silas, you okay over there? What's going on?
Just be quiet.
Oh.
Alright, no worries.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's, like, really twitchy and, like, really doesn't like us?
Sure.
I want to see if suddenly flip the script.
Roll a deception check for me, Silas.
Oops, sorry. Pop that up.
Oh, I was like, did I cast invisibility?
Who went invisible? Oh,
Invisibility.
you just go went invisible. Just kidding, he's back.
As you watch Silas and you watch his reaction with a 20 to his 8, he looks at all of you with pure hatred, and you can just feel the disdain coming off of him, and then almost like a light bulb turn off, it washes over him, and then he looks at you normal, like regular Silas, just kind of it's like staring at you, and then he doesn't twitch, nothing happens that would throw it off, but you can see the fury in his eyes, and then he like relaxes a bit.
She's very confused, and she's like looking at Silas.
What's up, little buddy?
I don't think he likes me.
Make a religion check, Lucan.
He didn't look very happy.
I'm religious as fuck.
I Rezmir's dick.
With a 22, Silas looks like he's right there. Rezmir is trying hard to infiltrate Silas and bring about light to him, but Silas for some reason just keeps fighting back light and law, and just fighting it back. He won't let it pierce the veil.
Well,
That's fair.
I think you might be looking too much into it. I think more than anything, he's probably just overwhelmed with the omens and the almost convenience of having slain somebody who's trying to do the same thing as us. Whatever it is, Rezmir's guiding us, and it might just be overwhelming for him.
Okay. Yeah, I feel a little overwhelmed too. Yeah. Does Silas's steed react the same way he reacts? So when he gets angry, the steed gets angry?
No, the steed is kind of very relax unless Silas tells it to do something.
Okay.
Silas has to kind of like point. But besides that, the steed it's a very calm, just ghastly being just standing there right now. Its blue
If-
flame flickers.
If he touches the flame, does it hurt?
No.
She would like be reaching over Yuska's shoulder, just like leaning,
It's very bony.
trying to touch it.
It's a skeletal, so it's like very bony and pieces of sinew rush across the bone.
What is his name? I need to figure it out.
His name is Steed.
No, I wrote it down.
It does have a name.
Hold on.
It does.
I swear to God, I wrote it down.
Never learned it.
Did you tell me? I thought she asked when you were riding away.
His name is Seabiscuit.
Logging camp. Oh. Nope.
Guys, I think we should go before those beasts get through that cave that we came through.
They were chained.
One of
the
them
one
was.
just had a wooden door in the way.
It's had to have potentially broken it down by now.
I say we should at least try and make it back to town, or sleep off the side of the road. This cave doesn't seem all that safe to me.
I agree with Lucan.
Yeah,
So you
we should head back.
guys step out into clear skies. Besides the permanent fog, most of this day is pretty beautiful for the Nevermore Expanse. It's a couple-hour journey back to Novavasi, but you guys make it back without much of an issue. You'll be coming in from the north. Coming in on foot, so as you guys enter Novavasi, this will put you about midday, mid-afternoon. You come into the this part of town that is the richer part of Novavasi, where the rich noble Sanguis live. You pass the barracks on the side, you pass the Nevermore steeds on the side. Is there anywhere you guys want to go, or are you going back to the Howling Hound?
Eek is gonna follow the group, but she wants to look around at anything that is of interest. So, like, if a lot of people are going into one building, if there's like a market, or if people are trading hands for certain things, she would like to. She'd be watching.
Okay.
I think that we'd go back to the Howling Hound unless
Yuska is tapped. So.
Oh,
Alright.
I think there's a fire in his house.
Oh yeah, the light's going off. That the fire alarm?
Let's just be
Yeah,
witnesses for
probably.
his insurance.
Uh-oh.
Well, let's
Does
do.
anyone else have fire detectors that light up? Mine doesn't.
mine doesn't.
Stopped.
We could do a 5-minute break here.
Ooh,
If he wants to handle what he's doing.
didn't I? You good, Joe?
Yeah, we're good. I think so. Another apartment just had the alarms go off.
Mm.
That's always scary.
Mm-hmm.
They burning down the building? Do we need like to do
You want to do a 5-minute break?
No.
No?
We're good. If I had an issue, they would have messaged me.
I'm okay to keep going.
So we're okay.
Hurlfair's upset that he hasn't been mentioned.
Look at the damn medallion.
So walking into town.
So I'm sorry. Who did I get the wolf charm? Was that part of what was on Hazim? Or-
No, Lucan has it. We got it in the
Yeah.
stump.
Okay. Sorry. Continue.
So as you guys walk in, a couple things stick out from this area. One is there is a little bit of a congregation here of guards, Sanguis people. Other humans are walking around. These humans are a little more well dressed than the ones on the other side. They're in this like market square almost. It's like a small square. There's an inn across from it. A lot of very rich people are walking into the inn. The inn is 2 stories high. It's a very well made inn. There's no sign out front. It just is a very gothic cathedral style, very Sanguis like. Across from it is the home which you assume is of the burgomaster's home. And the reason you think that is because even though it has a lot of this gothic appeal, it has some
We
other
can get dinner there.
it has other things that look that give off a very true elf appearance, and you can see a lot of El Turel artwork and hangman's nooses hanging from the front. Hangman's noose is just like the church that Silas saw earlier. Over here is mainly barracks and stables, and there's a lot of Sanguis that have the same type of Sanguis armor, are patrolling the streets. They're walking around, they're over there talking. You can see some training going on. There is some like training dummies, and they're practicing strikes and blocks. A lot of the sound in this area though comes from number 2, which is the human market square, the blood market, and you can hear people shouting. You can hear prices being shouted, and it's almost like if you're in Texas and you're going to buy cattle and you had a guy up there, 1 2 there's a guy over there selling actual human people on the stage, and you can see Sanguis sitting in the crowd raising their hands bidding on some of the folk there.
Like that guy from Letterkenny.
Yeah. Dickskins, is that his name?
Yeah, Dickens.
Dickens. So you want to stop here or you want to continue towards the hound?
Eek would kind of like tug on Yuska's shoulder, and she would, sorry, I said that really weird. And she would like kind of like point towards the market. And she's like, can we go there? That way?
I don't think that's necessarily a place for us, and I'm pretty tired, little buddy.
Yeah.
I would prefer not to go to the place where my people are being sold as cattle.
Well, maybe we can save someone. I have some
I can
cool.
assure you that 1, they will probably not let us buy a human, and 2, I'm not in the mood to fight the entire town as much as I wish I could.
I don't want to
Yeah.
fight anymore.
I don't feel like dying today. Maybe
I
tomorrow.
already did.
As you guys are talking, a very well-dressed Sanguis in Arnet plate armor is walking with a trail of other Sanguis behind him. And he's walking towards the barracks. He walks by.
Oof.
He stops and he gives the group a look. And then he turns and he looks at Silas. And then he turns and he looks at Sylvia.
Now, I know that guy's name, so it's Captain Lindro Rorth, but that's Edgar Markov. Sorry, continue.
He stops and he looks at you. And he squints his eyes a bit.
I hide my face in my hood.
He turns back to Silas. You would be so kind as to remove your companions from this quarters.
They're moving.
Quickly now. And then he walks off, and then the trail follows behind him. And he walks to up towards the barracks, where a lot of the guards are training.
I don't like that guy, little buddy.
Who was it? Silas, who was that?
Captain of
Who's that?
basically the person who controls the army for the city.
You're so quiet.
Am I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll turn you up. 160. So, can you repeat what you said?
He's captain of the guard. Controls the army of the city.
Didn't he have something on that board? We're walking as we're talking. Didn't he have something on the board? Like, he was the one who said, like, no silver, right? Or was the Lord said no silver?
I believe that was the Lord of the City.
But the Captain Leandro Rorth, if that was the captain, I think he
Was
put
it?
up the order. Yes, I wrote it down.
Oh.
See?
It's here.
Huh.
Well, why is silver important? And she'll look at Sylvia and Silas.
It hurts Sanguis more than regular stuff.
Oh, so they don't want silver in the city because the city has lots of sanguis. Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Eventually, you guys stop in front of the Howling Hound again. It looks fairly busy, more busy than you've used or usual. You can hear laughter and drinking coming from inside, which is the exact opposite of the way you guys left it. But it looks to be this inn has come to life since you've left. That's getting a little bit later in the day.
This somber music. You could get off of Yuska's shoulder. She'd look really happy suddenly.
So the 5 of you have stepped back into the Howling Hound. It is somewhat busy. A couple tables are full. Harvin is pouring drinks. You can hear Tamil the cook in the back. Giles sits alone at the table, and as you guys walk in, he looks at you.
There's a Rusko! Ah!
There is also a very small Rusko sitting at the bar. She's drinking some ale. Red fur. She has a cloak over her head and a long cape, short bow across her back.
I'm gonna head over to Giles.
I'm assuming there's a trance aura around her. Kind of gives her away.
Yeah, you would see the aura. Being trance touched. As you approach Giles, he leans back in his chair. Tell me everything.
Hazim is dead. Baern has been avenged. That's the important part.
He admitted to it for this Zilri.
He would not let us know why, though.
Don't know if
But
I've heard that name.
But it seems like he was also against Fernand and the Sanguis. So it doesn't make sense why he would kill Baron.
So we don't know why he killed him, only that he did, and that he was in cahoots with Ula, the gnome, who will be put to death tomorrow. Many people want to overthrow Fran, so...
Hold on. The gnome who didn't know what she was doing is being put to murder.
She still
That
killed
seems
him.
slightly extreme. Not
She
on her
still
own
killed
accord.
him. Well, she still did it. She gave him the stuff.
She didn't do it intentionally.
She
so
said
should
it was
I-
a joke. Death is not a
She
joke.
thought it was a joke.
Do you think your god thinks death is a joke?
No, but Razmir believes in law and order. And I
And
can
this
tell you
is
one
the
thing,
law.
the law would not look at Ula like this.
I disagree.
The one who killed Baron has been dealt with.
They both did.
Unfortunately for you all, I am the law here, now that Baron is gone. Would you like to purchase her life?
She killed
Now
him.
you're as bad as the Sanguis.
I won't partake in selling of souls. Sylvia's point is strong.
Giles turns and looks at Sylvia. Anyone that would take a life of our own, no matter if they willingly did it or not, does not have a place in my regime.
She's not in your regime.
Then exile her from the city.
Make persuasion. He kind of leans into Lucan a bit. You are an evil one, aren't you? Exiled to the city would be just as good as death. I can deal
At
with
least
this.
She has a chance.
Yes, exile it is, with nothing but the clothes on her back. Harvin looks somewhat mortified behind the bar, but he's keeping quiet to himself.
Hey, Giles. Who's, Zilri? She'll whisper.
Name doesn't ring a bell for me, unfortunately.
Oh. Okay.
But you said she was with this Harvick, or Hazim.
So Yusuke's gonna be looking right at Giles. Is he like trying to hide that he like any emotion when he's like, I don't know Zilri? Is he lying to us?
Make insight.
Oof.
I'm whispering you.
Whispers, whispers. I think it's the first time I've seen a Rusko in a campaign. Besides, Middle.
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of Dynamers when they're in the haunted lands.
Oh.
Risco!
So cute.
Giles leans over to Harvin. One more day in the barn. Feed her as much as you want, but after that, I will see to it that she is walked to the edge of the forest. Exiled. And if I find anyone here, and he stands up and like shouts in the end, that assist Ula in any way, you will meet the end of my blade. He sits down with a smirk and takes a swig of his ale.
The edge of the forest, the one with the Therial worshippers?
He leans forward a bit again. You're evil too, aren't you? Should I send her there? I like the way you think.
Hmm.
Maybe that will appease them to keep them away.
What's gotten into you, Giles? You weren't like this last time we were here.
Oh, let's just say that now that Baern is gone and I have had to take over his duties, that the coin fell freely around Baern. I enjoy it very much.
I'm gonna roll a stealth check to pull out my dagger.
Do a sleight of hand.
Oh, sorry, I rolled the wrong one.
You're good. It's pretty good.
And then I'm gonna walk up behind Giles and put the dagger to his throat.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm so tapped.
When you do, everyone sitting at the end stops and turns, and they all reach towards their holsters and stare at you.
You're going to tell us exactly what happened to Baern, and you're gonna tell us now, or I'm gonna slit your throat, and then I'm gonna kill all your friends.
And how do you know Zilri?
The draconic that's sitting at the bar, or sitting at the table, stands up. Slit his throat and you will not leave this place.
I'm pretty sure we could kill all of you and still walk out of here.
You're welcome to
No
try.
As long as you answer our questions, no one's gonna die, so it's fine.
With the blade to his throat, Giles. She's bluffing. She won't kill me.
I'll press a little harder and like slightly cut him.
Sylvia.
Do you think I'm bluffing now?
I think if you kill me, you'll find yourselves in the barracks, and that the Sanguis do what they will with you.
Well, the Sanguis have already done what they've wanted to me, and I'm still alive.
Yes, well, the rest of us might not be in such a nice situation. Let's not have our names on every billboard right now.
Yeah.
She tempts fate
Yeah.
twice. Harvin rushes over. Not in my bar, not in my bar, please. Stop, relax. Drinks for everyone. No one moves. There's-
I'll put my dagger away.
Let's go
and
get
sit
a
back
drink. Eek would get out of her chair.
they all sit except for the Draconic.
Can we get a drink?
Yes, come away from them to the bar, please. He's like motioning you.
Please. Eek would like
He puts
Like-
ale and blood up.
poke Sylvia's arm.
I go with her, but on the way, I want to talk to the Draconic and ask him who they are.
You cut out at the end?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna go with you, but on the way over, I'm gonna ask the Draconic who they are.
Those that threaten do not get answers here. He sits down.
Done fucked us.
He looks at you. Just he's sitting down like legs spread, man spread. False life, gotcha.
We'll just know that I was Baron's biggest supporter until he was murdered. And I have a feeling Giles had something to do with it.
He looks at Giles. He looks back at you.
Sylvia.
Another day in Nova Vasi.
Basically. And then I'll walk away and go sit with Eek.
I'll join them.
Yeah. I'll ask Harvin if I can take food out to Ula.
He looks at Giles. Giles. Harvard goes, yes, that's fine.
So, I'll walk out and just talk to Ula real quick.
She's in a worse state than what you left her. You can see her lip has been split. There's bruises along her side, and she kind of cowers as you walk in.
Do you want to live?
Are you going to kill me?
No, but they're going to send you to a place where they more than likely will. But I can perhaps show you something that might buy you some time.
Please help me.
Or at least give you some advice. I'll set the food down next to her, reach in, grab a couple seeds, and put them in her hand.
She holds them. Okay.
A forest touched by Therial only knows one thing: respect for nature. When you're sent there, along your way, plant these seeds. Perhaps they will take you in, and I will show her a couple of the hand motions for speak with animals.
She's like vigilantly watching you and holding the seeds. I'll do this. I'll plant them as much as I can. I won't let him see when I do. I'll give myself to Therial.
That is the best I can do for you. And then I'll go back in.
When you're walking out, you hear... You hear her like sobbing to herself in the corner. This music plays. You walk back. Everyone's sitting at the bar. Silas, you sitting next to Giles? Is that where you want to be?
Oh, did you see what I...
Oh, I don't want to go. Interesting. Okay, make an intimidation check. He looks at you and he gives you a nod. And he says, quietly, but still loud enough for some people to hear if they wanted to, just, there's no trouble between us.
I'm gonna walk back over to everybody else.
So the five of you sit at the bar next to this Rusko woman.
Eek would sit up straight. She says, Harvin, your finest blood, please. One. And then I would like probably 3 ales. Yeah.
Assuming that she's also ordering for Yuska, I'll motion for like the tallest that he has.
Your finest ones.
He turns around and starts to make the drinks. Takes him like a minute, and then he turns back, lays out the ale and the blood in front of you.
Eek would kind of like jab Yuska in the shoulder, like the arm, I guess now. I need a gold.
I'll give Ika gold.
She'd slide it on the table.
He takes it, bites it, he puts it in his pocket. As you guys are enjoying your drinks,
I know, right? I don't have any of my money, so you gotta like subtract it.
And you have to remind Yuska.
Okay. I went to do it and I was like, "There's nothing there."
the Rusko turns
it
to you.
Isn't it gold? She's so dumb.
She turns to you and she says, "I've been waiting for you. I'm here, and I was speaking to Harvin, and he said you were the ones that went north, yes? To the north?"
We
Who's
just
she
came
talking
from
to?
there, yes.
You were the ones that went to the lumber camp and fought the giant beast, yes? The giant beast?
Yes, little friend, we were those ones.
I think we have much to discuss then. Much to discuss. I think it's a good spot to take a quick 5-minute break before we get into it. So for everybody watching, we'll be back in like 2-3 minutes, refreshing our drinks. Don't go nowhere. Be right back.
Alright, you guys. I need like 100 gold so I can
We're
identify
still on
this
stream.
charm.
Only
That's
her
fine.
faces are gone. No, it's totally her off air. Absolutely, 100%.
What?
It's a medallion of her off air. I swear to God, I bet nothing because I have nothing except for like I don't know a drink.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for you, Lucan, because as a druid, I don't know what money is, and I don't really care for
No,
it.
fuck Ekenik too, because we have no concept of money. We're just giving like gold and gold and gold. Oh my God, take it away.
I mean,
Give us silver. Give us copper.
I totally did not split any of that 32 gold, because Yuska's just like, I'll
You
just
need to
hold on
tell
to it.
somebody though, like, because that's a player thing too.
No, I'm fine. Like, that's has a better intention to it compared to a rogue just stealing the money from a dead
No,
body,
but
not
yeah.
saying anything.
We need to, because I know that Tyler is new to D&D. We just need to make sure that he knows that
He's not that
players
new.
split. Oh, he's not okay. Because
No.
players split
No,
gold no
he
matter what.
played in the campaign I ran, so he knows all that stuff. I made that
Good.
clear.
Good. Because that's just it's really, really, really crappy.
Well, none of that 32 gold was split with anybody.
Well,
so,
okay, now
yeah.
it's gonna be split with everybody
Well, look.
eventually as soon as we bring it up. Not me.
Yeah, Lucan will mention that he needs gold for ingredients and components. But yeah, 100% Giles killed Baern and blamed everyone else.
What did
on
I
it.
miss? My dog was like throwing up.
So basically, Giles was like being like super cautious and uncertain of everything the night before when we were dealing with the murder, and then we got here and he's like super like in charge and like knows what's
Yeah.
going on. Is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a boss.
Well,
So I'm under the assumption that he's hired Hazim,
Yeah.
and then Ula got in the way by accident, and he's just like in charge, and this is his way of
No, he's
establishing
framing Ula pretty
absolutely.
much.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
I think so too.
I'll mention this in character, but he knows who Zilri is.
He does? Oh wait,
Mm-hmm.
no. What's his face knows who she is, right?
The I should have wrote it down. The sightless seer.
No, the sightless seer is. So Hazim. No, what's his face? Giles knows who the sightless seer is, or he knows who Zilri is.
He knows who Zilri is.
Okay. But we need to figure out
I'm
where
gonna
the
mention
sightless
that
seer
in
is.
character, like when we get to a point where I can mention it. But
I'm gonna refill my drink. Sorry. I was
Dude.
talking.
dude is fucking lying to us.
He's a liar. Liar.
I was tempted to take a proficiency in insight, but my wisdom score is going to be high enough to be useful anyway.
Hell yeah. So what do you guys think in chat? You think it is I think Hazim was doing something good following Z?
Actually, well, they're all doing that super fast.
Or do you think it might be the sightless seer doing something? So are they refreshing their drinks? They're slowly uncovering some of this plot, finding out who maybe the BBEG is, the big bad evil guy. They've had a couple names come their way, but they haven't figured out like the anchor yet of what might be going on in the city. They're getting close. If you want to catch up on some past episodes of Rise of Harlock to catch up, if some of these names are kind of throwing you off, got all the episodes up on YouTube down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Blah, 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 blah. Can't even talk right. This is the first game that I've DM'd in a long time that I haven't drank anything until the break, so it's kind of weird for me.
What is wrong with you?
I know, right? I haven't had a drink till now.
Kind of bourbon.
Woodford.
Or is it, are you drinking wine?
This is a Woodford.
Okay.
What do you got?
Buffalo.
Buffalo Trace.
Yep.
I was asking Chad if they had any idea who was the big bad that you guys might be chasing.
Fucking Giles.
Da-da-da-da.
If we fight Giles, you have to play Giles' theme. It's only.
Is he gonna like
right.
throw stuff at you? Do a spin kick. Guys.
we each get 2 rounds to beat him.
I call Baraka.
Braka.
Sorry about the Rusco outburst. I was really excited. Didn't control myself well.
Because Ruscos are sweet.
They're so sweet.
Dude, that you're gonna have to DMCA like everybody on Twitch because that fucking Rusco emote
I know.
is like
It's so good.
30
I want
out
that
of
as a
30.
GIF.
Yeah.
I need a
It's
GIF
so
of it.
good.
Like, just like.
I'm gonna spam it in like all the other Twitch chats that I
It's so
fuck around in.
good.
So
Yeah, the Risky mode is sick. I was pretty happy with it. I might redo the dice roll one in the cup and get another one too in like a bit. I feel like they all need to be on that Risco level now.
oh yeah. Like you gotta go for like the cuteness and like or just
It's so
something
good.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's like a simple, it's like a very simple concept.
Yeah.
I mean,
Shock.
just
One
t-
thing,
take,
it's
Just
take
a
a
shock
couple
face.
notes from like Baru's emotes because he is like the emote god.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, don't steal his because he will DMCA you for good reason. But
What is what?
it's Digital Media Copyright Act or whatever. It's pretty much don't steal people's shit on the internet and you won't get in trouble for it. So
Well, as someone who's wrote 200 articles and used people's artwork, I tag everyone and everything no matter what.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're like doing everything right, it doesn't matter. But,
Yeah.
you know.
It's a good way to boost yourself too.
Mhm.
So you guys
And
have
especially on Twitch, if you have like solid.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry.
You guys are all sitting at the bar as Harvin has passed your drinks, and Nawala Mitashi has engaged you, asking about the on-cake sentinel that you guys killed, asking if you came from the north.
Sorry.
She says, what can you tell me about this on-cake? I want to know about it all.
Describe in detail how it murdered Silas.
And your little buddy.
And the other guy that was there.
Did you notice
No,
any
I
mutations?
I was the one that got knocked down. So
Any mutations? Any scabs? Any poisonous? Any blight? Covered it in
It was
blight?
poisonous. It shot
Blight.
acid.
Definitely poisonous, but I've never
Yeah.
fought another Ankeg before, so I don't have a reference point, unfortunately.
It was definitely very weird. I had no idea that acid is a mutation for a creature like this. We don't really have them down south.
Or north. Do we have them in north? We don't.
Hmm.
They're like a desert thing. Yes. Okay.
I've waited many hours to speak to you today. Perhaps if you're done dealing with the riffraff here, you wouldn't mind accompanying me to the outskirts of town. I have something to show you. Something I wish to show you.
What?
I-
We just got our drinks though.
We just got back. I need to at least rest.
Do you
Can
want
we-
to drink with us?
I would love to drink with you. I would love to.
Harvin, another of your ale, please.
He slides it over to her. She reaches out. So she's wearing a green cloak. She has the short bow across her back, leather armor, red furs except for the white on her chest, all the way down on her mouth. But she reaches out with her right hand, and when she reaches out with her right hand, her left hand is open and it's just the Rusco fingers and fur. Her right hand is covered in this like very large, ornate, almost like Infinity Gauntlet glove. She reaches out and grabs the drink and drinks it.
Wow. Equid, gonna nudge Yuska again. I need a cold.
Yuska will give her a cold.
She'd slide it on the counter. Darwin,
He takes it and
I feel so upset.
Lucan's just gonna like smirk at that and just let them just spend their money how they wish.
So
God.
It's
Yuska
very-
is definitely going to slide over next to Miss Matoshi.
There is uncertainty on Ikanik's face. It like washes over. She stays where she is.
Noel's gonna insight Yukinik.
Pretty low DC.
She's looking to see if you are concerned about or jealous of Iska coming over. She rolled a 4 though.
Well, it's very obvious, so I guess the interpretation would be up to you. She's looking like it's like a blank face. She's trying to understand what he's doing, and she doesn't. When in reality, she just doesn't know why he's doing it, and she's like, why are you leaving me for that?" So that's what's happening.
She raises her glass as you sit down next to her, Yuska.
If you don't mind waiting until later tonight or even tomorrow, we just got back from further north and I need at least, a little while to rest up, recover. But I am definitely interested in this blight that you mentioned.
Not a problem. I would like to have a few drinks with you all if that is okay. And then I don't sleep here. I'll sleep to the north at my camp. Easy to be found. Just on the edge. To the northwest. Just a bit. You walk right outside the town. You'll see the campfire. Smoke in the air.
To the north? Yes. Okay. We will definitely come get you Or you can find us back here, of course. But definitely are interested in what you have to show us.
I'd like to stay out of the cities of this type for the most part, as you can imagine. I happened upon some people traveling to the north that spoke of 5 travelers of a mix of strange races. They killed a very powerful beast. And that is what piqued my interest, so here I am, sat down in front of you.
Well, that is definitely our group, I would say.
She's tweaking a little bit. In front of you. She has like a mini Tourette's where she has to repeat the same last thing she said twice at the end of her sentence. And when she stops, she's trying to fight it, but she says it again.
Yuska will just awkwardly nod and walk back over to Ikanik.
You got it. You sit looking away from Yuska.
She just looks forward. She's not even drinking. She's just like touching it to her lips, and that's it.
Lucan's gonna double check the bounty board to see if anything's been added.
Sure.
I still think we should go to the theater at some point soon. Before it's too late.
I agree.
Oh yeah, like Laura wants to do that for sure.
Also, Laura, you were wrong as the Burgomeister that set out the decree for silver, not the captain. So fix those notes.
Captain. Okay, no, hold on. Fucking human. Captain Leandro Rorth from Lord William Frand, administrated by Burgermeister Beltane de Moriel.
If you are referencing it.
Fucker. Does it say anything about Captain?
It does. It has all 3 of the names.
Mercy. Put it Mercy.
The ruling
Okay.
comes from Ferran's.
I didn't add
Virgo
verbs, okay?
administrated it, and Captain's just the one filling it out. So
I
he
wrote
the one
3
that's
names and
wrong.
administrated.
So take
was
that.
not a verb. Well, fine. I'll add a fucking verb. Mercy, too. Kill the bite. Okay. Lucan, is there anything new on the board? She would turn.
Nothing yet. There's still the museum-esque thing. And then don't use silver.
What's the museum thing again?
Joseph particularly doesn't remember exactly word for word, but Lucan would,
Well.
so he would say it.
I know what it
This
is. It was just Ikanik. It was something about the
At this point,
Inferno.
Silas would just wander upstairs.
Going to bed?
Yeah.
Well, Sylvia,
Yuska finishes ale and probably do the same.
Okay.
You almost ready, little buddy? I'm very tired.
I'm okay.
As you guys are heading
So-
upstairs, a person walks in, puts a coin pouch in front of Giles. Giles nods, pockets it, and then the person walks out. It's a human. Looked to be a Rishimi. Normal features, dressed like a hunter. Quickly walked in, walked out.
Sylvia, what is this theater thing?
I have no idea. I've never seen it.
Aren't you from here?
No, not here.
You're a Sanguis, though.
There are other towns and villages that have Sanguis in them as well. Not just this one.
Oh. Well. Okay.
Noella stands up with her drinking. She wobbles a bit. She reaches out with her left hand, which is the Rusko hand, not the one with the big claw on it. She reaches out to shake Lucan's hand.
I'll take it and I'll shake back.
I look forward to seeing you at my camp tomorrow or the day after.
We'll be there as the sun rises.
It's good to meet you.
Maybe not exactly that early, but we'll be there. It was nice to meet you too.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. She does the same to Sylvia.
I shake her hand. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Same to Ikanik and Yusuke.
What's your problem? She would still extend her hand, but
When you say that, she looks at her hand and then looks back at you. What do you mean?
you repeat what you say.
I've done this since I was just a little pup. Just a little pup.
Oh. When I was a little chick, I didn't have any feathers.
Noala is about an inch taller than you two, so you guys are very short above each other. It's hard to imagine you without any feathers. Any feathers?
Yeah. I mean, I got this hood on that's, I like Ursa's, so.
Hmm.
Oh, is this your lover? Looks at Yusuke.
Oh, no. No, no. No, 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 no. No. No, no.
Your brother.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is Yusuke.
Reaches her hand out. Pleasure to meet you, Yusuke. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Please do not dally. We have much to do. We have much to do. Then she walks out.
Bye.
Lunawind's light watch over you this evening.
She looks over her shoulder as you say it. She's walking out and she gives you a nod and walks out.
Iknik would then quickly go over to sit by Luke.
Yusuke is gonna go to bed because he is like half dead, literally.
Making his
What time of day was it when we went at bed?
When you guys got back here? Cut out for me at the end.
No, like, so I obviously went up to bed a little bit before everybody else, I guess.
It'd be late in the evening around supper time, so like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
So you'll get up really early in the morning.
Ika's pretty much ready to pass out at the table.
Yeah, I'm sure at this point, Eek probably joined the conversation late, but Lucan would be talking to Sylvia about what to do with Giles. Because what Giles did, assuming that's what he did, is very un-Resmere and very un-Lantern-like.
Well, he's not telling us anything, but it's very obvious that he had at least something to do.
No one can go that cautious into something and being so brazen about their power that quickly. It's only been a couple hours. There's no way he's learned everything that fast.
Exactly.
He's definitely... Not that I condone attacking people in the dead of night, but this is your lands. What would the laws here do?
That depends if we get caught or not.
Well, that I don't even know what you're planning to do, or us to do.
Well, that'll
Might not
depend.
have,
Sorry, go ahead.
depends on what.
Depends on how many people are still in here while he's in here tonight, while you guys are sleeping.
Well, you don't even know if he's going to stay here. He might leave. He's going to be here all night, you think?
Well, I've been watching Baern while he was here, and he would stay here most of the night, and people would come and give him coin pouches. So I imagine that the same thing is going to happen, but with Giles.
Interesting. Well, I don't suggest that we attack or you do whatever it is you plan to do immediately. I would prefer to know proof that he's at fault.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to get proof before I act on it.
Well, both myself and the Lantern appreciates that. If you need me for any of that, just wake me.
Will do.
and then at that, Lucan will head off to bed.
Okay.
I'm leaving. How much is it for the room?
2 silver. You guys now have a reputation discount.
How much is that in copper? Because I have no silver.
20 copper.
Okay. Cool.
You would come up to the table, just sort of sit and like rest your head on her feather hand.
I think you should go to bed, Eek. You look
I'm
pretty tired.
okay. I'm tired.
Yeah, you should definitely go to bed with the others.
I don't want to go to bed.
Well, you're more than welcome to sleep on the bench here, but it might get loud.
It's not very comfortable, but I've slept on rocks, so it's okay. You think Lucan will let me sleep in his room?
No, I feel like he likes to be alone.
Yeah, he seems like a loner. Well, I can't sleep in my bed, so I'm gonna sleep here.
Why can't you sleep in your bed?
It's fine. She just shakes a lot.
Oh, well, you're more than welcome to sleep here. I don't imagine it'll be comfortable, though.
Well, what do you do all night?
I just kind of sit here and watch what goes on.
I don't think you could see anything from over here.
A couple of people would get up and start to head back to their homes after drinking, as you guys are chatting.
I can see pretty much everything I need to.
Oh. You know, I'm just gonna go sleep with Vincent. You're very nice, Sylvia. But this isn't a bed.
Okay, well, I'll be here.
Okay.
If you need me.
Well, if you need me, I'll be in the barn. It's
Okay.
pretty comfortable there. It's a little quiet. So. Okay. She'd get up and go
Good
to the barn.
Okay. When you go to the barn, Vincent is resting, and
Shit, I
Ula's
forgot about Ula.
in the corner, kind of shaking. She looks over at you, and just kind of sits there. The plate next to her is, you can see it's been eaten and just discarded. Let me out. Let me go. I'll sneak away in the night.
You killed Baern,
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
but you did.
Your friend likes me.
He likes a lot of things.
She turns away.
Does Vincent seem uncomfortable with Ula?
No, you just stand there smiling, tails swapping back and forth.
Does he look like he wants food? Is he tired? Like, what's his situation?
Now that you walked in, he's like excited.
Oh,
He looks over at you.
he's excited. She'll like pet him. Hey Vincent, do you mind if I sleep on you again today? I'm feeling a little, tired. Yeah. Well, I'll bring some extra hay for you. She'll like go and she's purposely ignoring Ula. Like, oof, like cold shoulder doesn't exist.
Ula's in the corner like.
You go over and get some hay and come back and feed Vincent.
He leans down and starts to eat the hay.
And then when he leans down to eat the hay, she'll climb up on his head to go to his back.
Nice. Yep. Easy enough to do. He's eating his hay, just lets you climb up there and rah. As you're eating, or as Vincent's eating, the rest of the bar filters out except for Giles. Sylvia, you're sitting in the corner. Giles is in the corner. Harvin doesn't see you over there, Sylvia, and he calls out to Giles. Turn in for the night. Lock up behind you. And he walks out. Oop, didn't mean to do that.
I'm gonna stop him before he walks out. Oh, Harvin's leaving.
Yeah, Harvin's leaving. Giles is sitting there at the bar. He's drinking his drink. Suddenly you hear this voice echo into the inn. And it's around Giles. Like, it echoes from Giles, like, around him, but you can hear it as you're sitting there. I knew you would rise to power. I have foreseen it. Giles looks up. Yes. Yes, O sightless one. I seek. You seek a means to end your meaningless war. To strengthen your race. Destroy your sanguis. I know. But a vision of the future will not help you. You do not need my foresight. No. You need a weapon. Giles looks up, looks around. A weapon? Sightless one. Weapon? Where? Your fear betrays you. This will slake it. Look upon its resting place. Be warned, everything comes with a price. And then Giles relaxes a bit, sweat pouring off his body, looks around, doesn't see you, stands up, starts to walk out.
I'm gonna stop him before he walks out.
Are you close? Ah. What you said, Palpatine, all I could think of was, do it. It fucked me up. Do it. Screw it.
I'm gonna ask him who he's talking to.
For your sake, you do not want to know. He tries to walk past you.
I'll stop him.
Make an athletics check. He stops.
Tell me, or I'm gonna have to kill you for killing Baern.
The sightless seer pulls all the strings. If you do not want to be next, you'll leave now and never look back.
Is he the one who got Baern killed?
I don't know. All I know is that if I do not do what I'm told, I'll end up just like Baern.
What did Baern do that he was supposed to but didn't?
I wish I knew, because I would not do that.
And who's to say I can trust you?
You can't. Just know. Do not fuck with sightless seer. And he looks in you in the eyes, and you can see his eyes are almost dark around him, and he looks visibly frightened.
You should be just as afraid as me as you are as of him.
There is worse here than Sanguis.
What is he?
I've never seen him, I don't know.
Did you help orchestrate Baron's death with Hazim?
I don't know. He sees things before they happen. He knows what to do before things happen. He sets things in motion that none of us understand what we're doing, and then they happen, and then we end up dead in gutters. You need to just walk away.
I'm gonna insight to see he's lying.
Okay. He's so like emotional and scared that it's hard to tell with the two.
I'm gonna let him pass and go back to my spot.
He rushes out. And then you're sitting in the inn alone. The fire starts to slowly die down as you're sitting there.
I just sit there, wait for Maureen to come.
As you're sitting there, you hear a voice that rings out around you. Sylvia. You come looking for things you do not wish to see.
Oh, shit.
Yes, I do.
I knew
I
you
need
would
to know.
come.
You knew I would come. How did you know I would come?
I see all
And who are you exactly?
Silence.
What is it that you want?
The GM. Eradication.
Eradication of what? Of who?
Your brethren.
They are no longer my brethren, as I'm sure you could see.
You wish to help me.
That depends. Are you gonna kill me and throw me away in a gutter?
I would never do something to... I would never do this to someone who has the nobility that you possess.
Ability? What sort of ability?
I mispronounced. Nobility.
Oh, no ability. And how can I trust you?
You hear this scream come from upstairs. And it's Silas, and he's in extreme pain. Silas, you wake up. It feels like you are burned from the inside. You can't. But if you don't... And then Silas, you scream again. Ah! And you can just hear the scream echo down the steps.
What are you doing to him?
Silas, you sit up in bed. There's this red burn across your chest, and you can feel it like pulsating under your chest.
This is the laundry.
Is that what you say to the child after being woken up?
There's no answer.
Well, if you're gonna do that to my friends, then I'm not gonna listen to you at all.
No answer.
I just go back to doing whatever.
What time was Silas screaming around?
1 a.m.
Do I hear that?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
You wear dirty clothes and like it. Or the sightless seal will burn your insides. 23. You hear a muffled sound from upstairs. Not sure if it's a scream or like a loud yell. But it's enough to wake you up.
She pretends it's Zula. Just like...
The voice doesn't respond to you for the rest of the night, Sylvia.
Yeah, I just wait till morning then.
The thing I sent you still happens.
Okay. Sylvia, around 2 hours after the talk, you hear... And you see Unique walk upstairs.
Okay. I just kind of watch her go up there.
Morning comes. You guys wake up very early because you went to bed so early for the most part. And you guys get up around like 6:37 in the morning. Arvin's already in the bar, preparing the bar, cleaning. He's the only one in there besides Sylvia. As you guys start to arise.
Why the fuck is Silas in a different room?
He's been sleeping in that room the last little bit.
No, he wasn't. He was sleeping in this room.
No, I slept in this room the other night.
No, 100%. There was...
100% last night, he was sleeping in the big room.
Okay,
Mhm.
the first night though. The first night.
The
First
first
night
night he slept with you guys,
Okay.
yes.
I didn't care about the second floor the second night.
But that was the more recent one.
I was in the barn the second night. I didn't care about the first floor. That was my bad. My bad. My bad.
Yeah, Lucan would do his morning ritual-esque stuff and meet Sylvia.
Wait, is Silas at 2 health?
Everyone has a health pack with Silas, who is very hurt.
Ah! Oh no. Is my exhaustion gone?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I did have a disadvantage on ability check, so it's fine.
But yeah, Lucan joins Sylvia at his table with Echo perched on his shoulder, eyes as big as always.
Oh, Echo's alive. That's nice.
So, what happened last night? I don't see a body.
Giles ran out of here pretty scared. Did I hear everything that the other thing was saying? Not that Giles, not what Giles.
Yeah, you heard everything that he spoke the entire time.
Okay, I tell Lucan everything.
Interesting. So perhaps Hazim, Zilri, and this sightless individual aren't necessarily on our side then.
Maybe not.
Also, perhaps in the future, don't so easily throw your companions away to prove a point.
Perhaps. But it definitely means that Giles had something to do with Baron's death.
Yes, or at least he knew about it. Maybe.
I fit your character pretty well. Silas, when you got up out of bed, that burning pain was there until you sat up. And then as you sat up, it was like it healed as you were sitting up. Just then you felt very peaceful, very relaxed as you walked down the steps.
Alright.
The four of you sit at the table. Ikanika, you want to stay asleep or you want me to wake you up?
She's asleep.
Sleep?
Yep.
Harvin's just bustling around. He asks if you guys want to have anything to eat for breakfast as he's getting ready.
Yeah, I'll take some breakfast. Gotta wait on Eek anyway.
Ooh, as the four of you are sitting at the table, unfortunately, you hear the heavy rainfall start to hit the rooftop ahead above you. Looking out the windows, you can see rain is pouring down into the cobblestone streets. People that were walking with their goods and their goats and their horses start to rush. Harvin says, well, it's going to be a quiet one today.
It rains too much here. It's very dreary.
It'd probably take Eek like an hour or two to wake up if nobody wakes her up.
Yeah, while we're waiting for her to wake up, Lucan would mention needing gold so he can get components so he can find out what the charm does. And subtly suggest that the party should hand him some money so he can do that. So it's not exclusively out of his own pocket.
How much money do you need for that?
No, it's a Yusuke thing.
I'll need 100 gold in total to get the components.
What? Wow, that's expensive.
He identifies
It's not
100 gold.
solely a Yusuke thing.
How much gold do you currently
Did you just get served food? You lucky
I
bastard.
got a brownie.
What?
I have
Nice.
31 gold right now, and I'd like to not use all of it.
And a brownie.
I'll give you 20 gold. I give Lucan 20 gold.
I'll take the gold. Yeah.
As you guys are sitting there, and it's still very early in the morning, as you guys are sitting there, the Rusko walks back in. She walks past, sees you guys all sitting there. She gives you a wave. Good to see you again. Good to see you. Sits at the bar.
I wave her on over to our table.
Oh, very kind of you. Very kind.
You said you wanted to show us something?
Yes, if you guys are up for it, if you're ready to go. What are you looking at over there? And she looks over at Lucan, who's looking at the item.
It's a charm we found in a stump. It does something magical, but I'm not quite sure yet. I don't have the components to find out.
Hand it to me, please.
Yeah, sure. And I'll hand it off.
So she uses, Rusko have a racial ability where they can identify one thing a day. She takes it. She looks at it. Well, this is a silver lichen chime. She hands it back to you. So she looked at it. She waved her hand over a little bit. She used her curiosity racial, said what it was, hands it back to you.
Well, since you don't need that gold anymore, I'd like that gold back, please.
Yeah, Lucan will hand it back over.
Oh, are you paying for services? Services paid. She hands out her hand.
I'll hand her the 20 gold.
You can have this back if you're coming with me now. Come with me now.
We just need to wait for our one companion to wake up, and then we can go if everybody else wants to go.
She hands it back to you.
Cool.
Thanks.
Does anyone want the silver lichen chime? When it says hung, does that mean like hung on a belt, or does it has to be hung on a house?
A bell works.
What does it do? Sorry.
Basically, if you're within 15, if a shape changer is within 15 feet of it, it'll make a ringing sound.
Okay.
On a full moon, it's 60 feet. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't scroll down. That was just a nice picture. Okay, thanks.
Well, it's silver, so I don't want it.
If no one's gonna
That's a
take it,
great point. I'll take it, I suppose, unless someone else wants it. I'll hang it next to my lantern.
All right. I put it under your character folder. As you guys are down there eating and chatting, you hear upstairs, and he gets up out of bed. And then you hear splash, 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 splash as she's in the bathtub splashing around. Then she comes down looking very clean.
This owl has no level of agency at all.
You're muted, Yuska.
Yesterday. Every single day she dies. She walks past Yuska. She stands right there. She squeezes in.
God damn it! Have I been muted this whole time? Fuck.
Yep.
Well, as I was saying, Yuska would have gotten up to go get Eek. But as I'm doing so, I'm gonna take a look at Neola to see if she has like any identifying markers to see if she like worships like any particular trance gods or anything like that.
Make a perception.
Oh no!
You don't notice anything that sticks out for deities. You do know that Rusko are, or they were once slaves in the below to El Terrell, but they won their freedom because Natsuko and the Matron of Ravens helped to free the Rusko race. So all Rusko have a small like loyalty to the Matron and to Natsuko. Like they always give them like praise whenever they need to. But there's no identifying religious markers on her that would give away anything.
Okay. Gotcha.
Upon seeing what everyone else was eating, Eek would go to the bar. She'd sit down and ask for breakfast.
Porridge coming right up.
Thank you.
Noah looks over at Yuska. It'll take me some time to recover, but I can check out that bag for you here tomorrow. Tomorrow, check the bag.
That would be very nice. I would appreciate that.
I just got this like wash of Nola as Deckard Cain and Diablo 1 identifying shit in town for everybody for free.
Stay a while and listen.
I'm headed north soon, so if you wish to come north, you'll know where to find me, even though the rain is here.
Well, are we ready to go? We could probably leave fairly soon.
I'm sure you can
almost ready.
eat and walk at the same time. she did get the privilege of sleeping in.
I'll walk up to the bar next to Eek. Well, are you ready to go, little buddy?
Well, I didn't finish my breakfast, but that's okay.
We can wait a couple more minutes. If
Okay.
you...
It's feeding again. So Harvin, how's business? Just eat.
The gold is great. The company is terrible. Except for you, fine folk. You folk are all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Did have you ever met another Ursus besides us two?
You too? I have not. No. Are you an Ursus cub? He looks at you, and he goes, "Ah."
No, I am just a small, like Avis Ursus mix. Yeah. She does eat. Yep.
You're a little
so-
short to be an Ursus.
A little short, yeah. I think I'm kind of tall for an Avis, though, so it kind of evens out.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Who's gonna be your cook now that Ula's gone? You know?
Tamil will do just fine.
Oh, yeah, Tamil does cook. Oh, who's your server? Are you just gonna serve? You know, who's gonna tend the bar?
Are you asking for a job, Baconik?
Well, I like to kill bad guys, so no.
Oh,
Unless you get a lot of bad guys in. Could do some good killing.
I did want to let you know that my brother Tabor is. We all pitched in and gave his wife and children some gold. And we want to thank the two of you and your group for helping out as you could.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well. Sorry about, him dying. Sorry. I died too.
It's almost a good thing for someone to die quickly that way than be drained by the bloodsuckers here.
Yeah. Yeah, just kind of dying a lot. Feels like the same, probably. Just die and your life gets drained every day. Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, you're not dead. You're sitting here.
Yeah, no, I brought myself back to life. Lucan was pretty good too. Lucan, the back there, he's pretty good. Yeah, just, no,
Why does this cat look so ridiculous?
I don't know. I guess cats just kind of look like that. I haven't really seen many cats besides like tigers, and I don't think I've seen a tiger. Yuska's explained them to me, but I've seen some wolves. Their eyes aren't that big.
Yusuke, you're a man of nature. You ever seen a cat with frog eyes like this?
I'm assuming the cat's, because it's a familiar, has a trance aura.
Yeah. Well, wait, is your cat a celestial, a fae, or a is it abyssal?
I don't really know. I guess it comes down to like Resmir, so I guess celestial. I would imagine
okay.
would make the most sense.
It doesn't have a trance aura, but it's magical. So it'd be a celestial.
Yeah. It's unnatural, but I don't know. I can't say I've ever seen a cat like that.
If it dies, does it come back? Because I think that thing might want to be put out of its misery.
Yeah, no, it does.
That's unfortunate for the cat.
How did you know?
Now that you mention that, didn't his cat get killed yesterday?
Yeah, we watched it. It was right in front of me. It went poof. Although it didn't leave a body behind.
Hmm.
Next thing should be the googly-eyed cat. That's a good idea, Rizzo. We might have to put a bookmark in that one, man.
That's a great idea.
That's a really good idea.
Very promptly, after having that conversation with Yuska, Eek would sit up, turn around, and walk away. I'm done.
Oh, well. Farewell.
As you walk, Echo just like stares at you the entire time.
Echo?
Of course, yeah.
Just blur. Looking like
She
Mr.
will
Bean.
Stretch her eyes. As an owl, I think it can get pretty big, but she'd try to like widen her eyes to be like.
Nola's also looking at the Echo, kind of confused. Do you have anything you want to do in the city before we leave?
I think we're all ready to go.
Well, then we should get at it. And she steps up, and she stands up, her 4-foot frame, only taller than Ikanik, starts to walk out of the room by an inch.
Yeah, follow the way.
She leads you north to her campsite.
Yes! I love campsites.
Why are there straight up two
Did
dead
she
wolves
kill
here?
2 wolves?
Yeah, so she leads you north to her campsite. The campsite, it's a small patch of woodlands not far from the town. A small fire has doused a bit from the rain, but as you guys were walking through the city, the rain luckily stopped. And as she walks up, she tosses a log on the fire, and the fire slowly roars again. She pulls a tarp over 2 wolf corpses, and the wolves look mutated and pusculous. They're covered in pus. One arm is smaller, the other arm is much larger. Its face is like swollen on one side. The 2 wolves look to be deformed in some way. This is why I called you here.
Where did you find these?
I was out in the woods hunting for some game, and the 2 attacked me, and I had to put them down. I put them down.
Yusuke is going to set his staff next to him and begin ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay. As you're doing that, she looks kind of like towards the group. These aren't the first creatures I found like this. I'm afraid that they might not be the last. Worse still, the lands around the eastern pass towards Brimai are turning sour. Plants and trees wither. They produce bitter fruit, and fruit that sickens, and those that eat it. And when I heard that you were up in that area and you fought a strange beast, I wondered if it was the same. There is a small taint of magic on him, yes.
Is it like confined to a specific part of them at all? Or is it just like the whole creature?
It would be the whole creature. Like they've been changed or mutated or injected or transformed in some way. Did your Ankh look similar to these wolves? These wolves?
I can't say I'm too familiar with on-cakes, but it looked fairly normal, if not incredibly vicious.
Yes, it did spray. I think it was acid, but it didn't look mutated like these ones do.
And these were close to the Brimai forests?
Yes, they're. I found them. I think there might be a den nearby where I found them, but I found them maybe half a day's ride east of here. Maybe a day from Brimai, but close to the logging camp, I would say.
But I thought Therial had worshippers there. This is not right.
Do you think it's blight, or do you think it's something different, maybe? You think?
Well, they are magical, so I would have to say it's probably something different. Something forced this change. It's not anything that I would consider like a natural blight.
Did someone change the light?
I do not know. I know Therios followers, the Dark Druids in the Brimai, are very secluded, but I don't imagine they would ever harm nature in this way, but only people, right? They only like people.
If they were the ones doing this, Therial would have most likely killed them by now.
She nods in agreement.
Have you found an iron heart? Ironwood heart?
I have seen many Ironwood hearts where I found these carcasses. Yes.
That means the blight is near. There's a blight happening.
I can take you there if you wish to see what I found. Maybe you can find the den and. But
No.
I do not want to pull you away from your more pressing matters if you have pressing matters. Pressing matters.
Iki would look at Lucan.
I would like to check this out. If we may, if we have the time.
Well, I mean, as much as we need to look into the resistance and that sightless seer, or whatever his name was, we don't have any leads. This isn't up to you and Eek thing, by the looks of it. This is
Oh.
your ally.
That reminds me. Giles knows who Zilri is.
Wait,
How do
what?
you
How do
know
you know
that?
that?
He seemed to respond when asked. It was subtle, but it was there. He recognizes the name.
Well, I wish I knew that last night.
Well, I mean, it makes sense, I suppose. If he's being talked to by this voice that she also knows. Or
Hmm.
he.
While you guys are talking, Noala reaches over with the hand that is covered in the gauntlet, and she starts to drag the wolves into the fire to burn the bodies.
You could go over there.
Then she tosses them in the fire, and the fire erupts. As the fire is
Gosh.
burning, this very strong floral smell comes off of the wolves as they burn.
Does
Does
it smell anything like the
Dracus
thing they
flower?
put into the porridge?
It smells a lot like the same as the porridge. Yeah. That floral
Oh.
smell comes off them very strong as it burns.
Interesting. So whatever was
Perhaps
used to kill
this is
Baern,
all-
possibly-
Perhaps this is all connected in some way. The
Well,
reason why I'm up here is because of this corruption. At least I think it's because of this corruption. I can't say that I actually know. It's been a while since I've received any clear insight. But
did they real tell you about a blight?
I don't know if it's Therial, but whichever god speaks to me, they know something's here, and we need to do something about it. But it would seem maybe this is all connected. Whoever is corrupting these people is potentially also corrupting the nature around the city.
All the more reason to find it then.
Do you think Giles is doing it?
He's involved at least, so much as I can guess.
I think Giles plays a very small part. At least by the way that Sylvia explained it, he sounded quite frightened.
What? When did he didn't seem that frightened at the table.
It was an event from overnight. You were asleep when Sylvia was explaining it.
You
That's
said
what happens when you sleep in.
Well, I had a long night.
Well, you said that you can show us more of this blight, correct?
I can take you to where I found the bodies, and the forest does change abruptly. Everything around it is withered and decaying. It's a half-day ride from here.
Should we go check this out? Perhaps this will give us some answers that we can take back to Giles. Some more insight at the very least.
In your mind,
think-
Sylvia, you hear a voice ring out to you. Only to you. Extinguish the blight. Earned my favor.
I think we should go and investigate what's going on.
Do it.
Does nobody else have anything else to say?
Well, if Giles isn't killing people with the poison, then who's killing people with the poison? Because Ula didn't make the poison, and we think Giles is not doing it.
Perhaps the Zilri.
Either that or
Hmm.
Hazim.
Then we need to ask. We need to ask
Who?
Giles who Zilri is, and Hazim's dead, so maybe he did make the poison. But then why did he poison the wolves too?
I don't think so, no.
Right.
I
And-
feel that this might be too much for one person.
Whatever's happening to these wolves seems to be coming from the forest. So perhaps Hazim or Zilri did not even make it, but whoever's from the forest sent it to them.
Well, I don't know who can do a blight, but
And
it's
I don't
it's
either.
most likely a blight. Because that's all the signs from the Ironwood hearts.
Well, then we'll head that way, and we'll find it out. We'll figure it out.
It's a very unpleasant place to be.
I would imagine so.
Again, the voice rings out in your ear, Sylvia. Giles is but a pawn. I will make you my champion.
I don't respond. I kind of just nod.
You guys are sitting there talking, Sylvia is agreeing greatly with you guys' conversation.
If you would lead us to this place, that would be great.
Wait. What is your stake in it? And she would be pointing to Nola.
The same as yours. I am one of the forest. We must protect what is ours.
But we move around.
I do as well.
Do you live here?
I travel across the expanse.
So you just came across this blight and were like, hey, I need to fix this, so let's go find some warriors who are pretty good at this, that are all different. And then you found us, and then you're like, hey, you gotta do this. And then we're like, sure.
Yes.
Doesn't seem very likely.
I do not tempt fate. I saw this distress in my travels, and when I came into town, I heard that you might have also seen something like this, and I waited and spoke with you. As you're looking at her like that, she's looking back at you like,
Just stare across the fire.
Eek, it doesn't sound that.
Yuska is gonna just like lightly incite Eek to see what, like, if something's bothering her.
sure.
What
You
do I
wanna-
have to roll?
Do you want to deception it?
If I want to hide it, yeah.
I always like to roll deception even if there's nothing to hide. It's because it's funny.
Okay.
It's because it's funny.
What is he actually hiding?
Oh,
Is there any ticks that you give off as he's looking at you?
she looks irrational. Like, her mannerism is not normal for what... Oh, shit. For what Yuska knows. Oh, no. My stuff is falling off, sorry. It's not... Like, you've helped many strangers with their shit. No questions asked. This is not usual.
Noted.
Nola pulls back her head. She winks at Yuska. Follow me, please. Follow me.
Anger.
So she leads you northeast. So you were northwest by the city. Now you're going northeast towards the Brimeye Timbers. That same timber forest where on the edge the loggers' camp was. It's a pretty easy journey for the most part, as after you leave this area, which is a little bit of a forest, it opens up into the Nevermore Expanse plains. You cross the dirt road that leads north, and you continue along the plains. Eventually, you come to another secluded area with a lot of forestry. A lot of the timber stretches up towards the same foggy, the same like fog that sits always above the Nevermore Expanse. You know that this is not the Brimmite Timbers. It's just a secluded small section of forest apart from it. The Brimmite Timbers and logging camp is another day's journey to your north. But as she leads you to this small patch of woodland. And then she stops and she looks back. We're getting close. And she starts walking again. And as you guys start to walk, the presence of rot increases in this woodland. As you've walked out of the plains, and now you're walking into this forest-like area. She starts to walk much slower, and as she's walking around, you can see the trees are bent more than usual. The bark on the trees is not, it's like partly bark, but then also partly like draconic scales. It's kind of scaly. And when you step, instead of stepping on crisp forest grass, it's almost mushy. It's like
Do I see any ironwood hearts?
make perception.
I'm gonna pull out my bow.
Sure.
Also, I would like to search for, less prevalently, the other thing that I think is really... The mort flesh... Oh, wait, that's a powder. Fuck that. Nature check, you said? Oh, no, perception.
Perception check.
As
Awesome.
we're walking through this too, Yuska is going to burn the spell slot to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. There's a faint magic feel that comes off all of the shrubbery and the trees and the grass around you. It's very very faint, but you can feel almost like nature here is crying out for help. It's unnatural. It's like a disease almost that's spreading. And as the deeper you go, you guys walk in this for about 5 minutes. And the footfalls get squishier. The trees get more gnarled. The sunlight.
Is the magic getting stronger at all?
Yeah, the farther you go, it'll definitely, you can feel it getting a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger, a little bit stronger. It gets to a point where the trail that you guys are walking on starts to get overgrown, and you have to cut and fight back some of the branches and debris to make steps. And then she stops. She points down. When I was exploring, I found the wolves here. They were sickly, and I put them out of the misery. If you don't mind, I would like to prepare snares and traps. I want to make sure that nothing escapes this place. I'd imagine the den is a little further down the road.
Can I insight check her?
Sure.
Because she told us originally that the wolves attacked her.
Mhm. That Travis picture.
What are you hiding, Travis?
She seems like a little off edge, but not because she's lying, but because this place gives her the creeps almost. The 10. She's like very uncomfortable here.
Didn't you say that the wolves attacked you?
Yeah, they did. They just were sick and easily to be disposed of.
Down below. Okay. Yeah.
Yuska, can you feel the presence here? She like turns her back to Ikanik.
I hearing that question, Yuska's is just gonna like look at her, through his little slanty eyes, and also inside her.
With a 12, it's about the same. She's uncomfortable, but you get the feeling it's not because of like her being untruthful. It's because this place is creepy.
The magic here is much stronger, but I can't say that I know what the source is.
I'm concerned that if anything were to get out of this place, it might infect other things and spread further. I'm going to lay many traps. Just, if you come to this point, know that from this point onward, I'm going to be setting stuff and to watch your feet when you step. But I'd imagine you'd find the den just farther down this stretch here.
Does she... I'm assuming... What, does she glow with anything magical? Since I have it up.
She doesn't. She's not trans-touched. Wait, so you, oh, okay, so your detect magic, picks up her gauntlet is magical.
Okay.
Yeah, so the thing she wears on her hand is definitely...
But wait, she's Rusko and she's not trans-touched?
Right.
Would Yuska think that is weird?
Make a religion check.
Nope.
No, it doesn't really stick out to you.
Okay.
So as you guys going to continue down the path while she sets traps, or do you want to stay with her?
Eek watches her. She doesn't like her. Doesn't have a reason not to like her, but she doesn't like her.
She's setting traps down on the ground that looks like snare traps. Where someone steps on it, they get grabbed and put up into the trees.
She's still looking for the hearts, but mostly.
Yeah, I think we'll head further in.
So Silas would actually resummon his...
Sure. The horse explodes out of the ground next to Silas. Are you riding it?
Yeah.
That's cool. Is this like I'm imagining like a hill with like a sharp decline and like a forest that's kind of dying? Is that like right, or is it just all like a, sort of a?
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Oh,
it's it's like a forest. Then you guys went into this deep forest, fighting back the trees and shrubbery as you're going kind of south, like downward.
Yeah. So is there like a sharp decline where the wolves were, or was it just a steady decline?
It's not sharp, but it's a steady kind of decline.
Okay. Sure.
So as you all walk away from Noala, as she's starting to set these traps.
She's not walking away from Noala.
Okay.
She's watching.
She's just laying trap, setting it. She walks 20 feet, lays a trap. That's another one.
Every time she lays a trap, Eek would examine. So she's always 20 feet behind her.
As a hunter, she's did a very good job.
She sucks. Eek would kick. She would kick a trap to make it go off.
Make a deck save.
Oh jeez! No, she would kick it. She would kick it away from her. No! Oh my god!
It goes. And it doesn't grab you. And she looks over at you. Oh, now I have to do this again.
Well.
Do it again.
Yeah.
She walks over and pulls it down.
It wasn't. Well,
Yeah,
I can do it. I can do it. It's fine.
Yuska's gonna walk over and grab Eek.
I know how to do.
Like, we need to go check out this den, little buddy.
I imagine Yuska's dragging you away as you're like talking to her.
Hopefully Nola can set these traps by herself. Maybe she needs help. Maybe.
We'll have to talk later, little buddy.
You hear, I got it.
She would climb up on Yuska.
So now as the Nevermore steed is out, and you guys are going along this blight as Noala is setting traps, the ground softens and squelches underfoot due to the sickly runoff from these dying plants. The path continues down for a bit as you guys have walked about 10 minutes now away from where the traps are being set. There appears to be the rotting remains of a colossal tree, which reaches high into the peaks and then disappears into the fog above you. At the base of this tree, where the roots are, is a den that's been carved out of the tree, and then it leads down into the ground under the tree. Before this great colossal tree, is a trio of sickly thorn bushes clustered together, 1, 2, 3, like in a triangle. It looks like this. So in between these sickly trees, there's another wolf. This wolf is dead. It's a carcass. It looks to be blistered, covered in tumors, but it looks like the plants have their roots has reached up out of the ground and are wrapped around this wolf. All 3 of these bushes are grasping the wolf. So yeah, this is the tree where like the entrance goes into, so you'd be going down into this humongous tree, going down into this den. Then there's the 3 bushes wrapped around this dead wolf. Its thorns and vines are just completely just encasing this dead thing. The wolf appears to be like the other wolves from before, and then all around you is just the sick. You can smell the sickness that come off of these trees, off the ground below you. And even though it's daylight or it's midday, because of the size of the trees and where you are, it gives a dim light across this entire little opening from where you've walked.
Do I know anything about ethereal letting things like this happen? Because I feel like it's unnatural. I've been natural, and it's in the woods with nature and stuff, but I don't feel like it's what ethereal would want. Can I make like a religion check?
Yeah, make a religion check.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm gonna pull up my short sword.
Short sword?
Yeah. And I'm gonna start cutting the vines away from the dead wolf.
Okay. So with this...
as Sylvia's moving forward, I'm gonna grab his shoulder and just tell him like, hey, or well, tell her like, no.
Wait.
The bush, there's something wrong with these bushes.
So you're walking up. As you're walking up, Jiska reaches out and grabs you. You with the 6, Therial would never let the blight invade his. He's about balance, so this would never fly for Therial. Sylvia, you can take the grapple or you can try to break it. Keep walking.
It's a weight to you.
I'll take the grapple.
Okay, so she's walking up. You reach out and grab her with your giant Ursus paw and stop her, and she stops.
Therial doesn't like this stuff. We need to bury the wolf.
We either need. Hold on. We should walk around these, but first, let me try something. I will frostbite the closest bush to see if it responds.
It does. So, it's a con save?
Ooh.
It is a con save.
Plus.
How much constitution does a bush have?
It's a fail. So as you do that, the 3 bushes shudder. And the one closest to you takes 6 cold damage. Now these bushes appear to the naked eye like just normal bushes, but because you attacked one, it made it move, and because the one moved, all 3 in unison shook.
Wow.
The bushes, they reach up almost 6 feet in height. Long branches and vines stick into the ground. Some of them have erupted from around and are grabbing the wolf. As you casted that, after it hit the one closest to you, the vine reaches out 10 feet, gets to about there, and starts to just wave wildly. Just, and then it comes back, and then it wraps around the wolf again.
Does it look like they're rooted for sure?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Whatever this blight is, we need to destroy it. And if we venture into this den, we need to be very careful.
Well, whatever's going on, I'm not walking any closer to it.
We should get rid of those blight bushes.
Feel free to do so. I'm not going to become one like that wolf. I'll wait here. And at that, I'm going to take the purple ribbon off of my my book and open it up in prep of a fight.
Okay.
He could get off of Yuska's shoulders and go over here.
Okay. Your foot falls. You like sink into this diseased ground.
I'm not affected by difficult terrain, so can I walk lightly?
Yeah, it's not difficult terrain. It's just that it's so gross and mucky.
Yuska will toss a couple more frostbites
Sure.
and try to freeze them. If nobody else is gonna.
I'll pull out my bow.
So attacking these things, as long as you guys stay 10 feet away, and as you hit it a couple times with a bow, cast a couple spells at it, eventually they falter. Every time you hit them, they wildly, and then after a couple attacks, they fall onto the ground and they just slump. And you see the vines that are restricting the wolf fade off of the wolf, and the wolf is. It looks like they were feasting on the wolf, and it's been partially eaten by the vines that were attached to it.
He could slowly go with Yuska to go forward, but she wants to bury the wolf.
We should burn the wolf.
We should bury the wolf.
I'll follow them as well.
And I'll look back at Lucan and tell him, you best come with us. You don't want to be caught out here. Whatever is doing this, we should stick together.
Once Lucan knows for sure that the bushes are gone, he'll start walking forward.
He would start digging with her hands.
So as you guys approach this colossal tree entrance, it's about a 5-foot gap, and it's about 4.5 foot wide. So to get into this, it's almost like when you're at the place, you have to crawl into this layer of this wolf lair. And you'll be going southward at about a 45-degree angle, going down into the tree. Coming out of the tree, the smell is awful. You can just smell the decay that pours out of the tree, and you can hear a slight drip inside, like water dripping.
So yeah, Eganik is digging, not like a big hole, but just enough to like cover the wolf with dirt. As best she can. She's not a very thorough person.
Sure. As you're digging, the dirt almost, it doesn't bleed, but it's like black sludge as you get deeper and deeper into the ground.
Lucan's just watching her do all of this.
She would stop after a little bit. Her feather hands are getting really nasty, and she would look at Yuska and she's like,
I think we should leave this be if we can't burn the body.
Ethereal would want it back, but not here.
Therial would want this whole area just burned away.
Well, we cannot provide that much life.
Yeah, but it would leave room for life to come back. Let's see if we can cleanse it from this den.
Okay. She would give one last sludgy dirt heap over the wolf. Just clear your hands.
I switch back to my short. I cannot say that. And I'll start to go into the thing.
Give me a stealth roll.
For going inside, Yuska will. Yeah, no, I still have it.
21. Pass out a trace. You got it. Plus 10 to the rolls. So for the sake of time, I'm gonna give you guys the roll, and we can re-roll once you get in. But since Sylvia rolled so high, so as Sylvia, you'd be the first one in, and what you'll see.
Oh, does his bell ring?
So as you crawl into the tunnel, the narrow tunnel is slick with the foul-smelling mud. It leads down into a cramped den lit by a shimmering pool of oily water in the south. The chamber stinks of wet fur and sick. Next to the pool, between the gnarled, dying tree roots, is the rotting carcass of a once truly gigantic wolf. 2 5-foot, unkempt humanoids with wiry limbs and beady little eyes and filthy matted fur are eating the remnants of the wolf's carcass. Their darting eyes are darting around the room as you enter, but they continue to feast and stare at you. Even with the 31, they still look at you. But they don't pay you much mind. Next to them are short swords at their sides, and they wear grim encrusted leather armor. So these, and you, as Sylvia, you would know these as soon as you see them, and as you crawl in and you like look at them, they look at you. They appear to be were-rats, but they appear to be much more feral, and they're just. And Lucan is just a little too far away right now for the bell.
Yeah, the range is like 15 feet, so I gotta be pretty close.
So these were-rats are feasting on the dead, blighted, grotesque, pulsulated corpse of the same wolves that you found before. And they are wearing armor, so they're somewhat intelligent. They have short swords at their side. There's this black, tarish pool of liquid. You can see a runoff as if something is feeding whatever liquid this is into this pool. They look up at you. Glorious Aguacate. Did I say that right? Thanks for following. Appreciate it.
Aguacate or something like that.
Aguasate?
It's glorious aguacate.
Aguacate.
I'm pronouncing it wrong. Probably, but it's closer.
You said that even though I have a 21, they still see me. So if I were to attack them, they wouldn't be surprised.
Right. Yeah. But they don't. They're not like hostile towards you. They're just. And they're just eating this diseased carcass.
Well, I'm gonna go in, like over here, and wait for everybody else to come in.
As you crawl in and you stop, they stop eating. They sit up, and falling out of their mouths is bits of flesh and pus and blood, and they. Tell me, Zarelia, did she send you?
What did they say? Senrilia?
And that's where we're going tonight.
No! No! Senrilia?
Zildary.
Oh, it's fucking Zildary.
That's interesting.
So you guys,
It is all connected.
you guys crawled into this thing, this disgusting blight-filled area, to see some were-rats. And if
Oh
you're
no, guys, we're all connected.
great thing, thanks for following, man. Appreciate it.
Gray.
So this game will take place again next
Great.
Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you guys want to watch this again, we'll be on Thursday. We're doing a one-shot. Ikanik's going to be running the DM, so if you want to watch her DM,
That's me.
and just
Scott, it's not gonna be that great.
it'll be fine. And that
I don't
is-
know anything about Roll20. I learned just yesterday how to do a GM roll. So
Oh, you'll be fine.
7 to 10, right?
Or if you want a GM roll, worst case, just roll on your desk.
yeah, no, I was actually just gonna bring my dice and just roll here.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
I'll have my dice tray by then. I might do the same.
No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I think everybody can roll their own.
If you guys wanted to roll your dice, I mean, that's fine as long as you had like a camera on it. I think that'd be sweet.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you gotta show every nat 20,
Yeah.
every high roll, everything above it, like an 18. Just kidding.
So
Trust
Laura,
issues.
what's the timestamp for that again?
Yeah, so I get out of work at I get out of work and I'm free by 5:30. So anytime past 6, I'm good to go. But I know Joe, you get out of work. Lucan, you get out of work at 6. So I'm thinking 6:30, 6:45 at the latest. If everyone can do that. I know Gallus, you're not involved with it, but you can be because there's an open slot. Do you want to join?
What day?
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
No can do.
Oh, you fucker.
We'll find one more. We'll get one more to jump in.
No, we don't need one more.
Oh, okay.
Oh, don't forget, you guys get 2 healing potions with this. This is a very difficult one-shot. If you survive, it's going to be pretty miraculous. So, you can run away.
So she's
Torgrim Runehouse will survive.
so Thursday at 6:45ish.
Yeah, Torgrim.
6:45.
Watch our one shot. Saturday is at 7 o'clock is Worm Speaker's Revenge. If you ever want to catch up on any of our episodes, link below. Check out the YouTube page. Subscribe on YouTube and watch us because we are awesome people, right?
I mean, it
think
depends
so.
on the time.
Yeah.
Maybe only on weekends.
I mean, I'm pretty cool.
Oh,
I
good.
don't know about everybody.
Charlie Jawbreaker is not getting his kidney stolen in Candy.
That was so weird. You were like Charlie Jawbreaker, and I'm like, this is like
Was
a
that your
candy
name?
feed. And
That's
you're
awesome,
like,
dude.
what? Yeah, no, it was like in sync. It was so good.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday at 6:45. See ya.
Bye.
Ah.
Later.